content was unoriginal. I am the originator of creators.
How much longer till they eat solids? I don't know.
Oh
And
my
honestly,
God, viewership is dropping. No, chat, don't leave.
How much longer? Okay, so I was going to ask that, and I looked it up. My kittens should already be eating that out of saucers, but they refuse. They only want the bottle. I don't know how to break them of that. And of course, I'm going to feed them the bottle because they're cute and little. Like, I think they're using me. They're like, just give me the bottle, wench, and be quiet. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks now. I'm like, well, how much longer is this going on? Like, their eyes are open, they're running around. I know that's probably why. And that's why I was trying to address it and get it over with, but nobody ever listens to me. But yeah. Mother, if you have any great tips on that one, I cannot get them to drink out of a saucer. They refuse. They want to be swaddled and fed like they're babies. And it's been and they're like, nope, feed me, do what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, I think I'm being controlled, but I'm going to do whatever I can because I love all my animals.
Alexa, thank you for the roses.
It is exhausting.
Mia, thank you for the heart me. Alexa, thank you for the goats. And Crypto Guy with a heart me. Thank you very much, guys.
It is.
The suppression is
I know.
real.
I'm not going to say those. I don't know. Wonder who GGGA884 is. Give them, yeah. Fran, do your thing.
I think I need to rebrand.
Yeah. Think you need to rebrand? Why?
Yeah. Oz the Crypto Penguin. I think I'm going to rebrand to the Crypto Penguin. Because it seems like the goat is under attack. What's up, Jay? How you doing? I think maybe the appeal went through right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just we had an issue. One of my friendly, beautiful ladies had an issue the other day with posting something, and they flagged some dumbness because we love TikTok Shop. And for the life of us, we could not figure out what it was and why. The reason it gave made no sense to what the post was. So, entertainment purposes only, it is going overboard. And the more it is being controlled by certain people, the worse it will get. Exactly. Yeah. That one. I'm not going to say it out loud, but yeah, that was it, which didn't make any sense because it had nothing to do with what we were doing.
Oz the Crypto Penguin.
No.
What do you think, chat? Kodak thinks it's good. I think if I rebranded that, maybe some of the haters would not know who I am and just go with.
It'd be the same account.
I know, it'd be the same account,
face.
But they wouldn't be looking for me. Right? Because they're actively looking for me to come hate. Josh, thank you for the I Heart Yous. Drags, thank you for the roses. Alexa, thank you for the roses. You guys are awesome. Oh my God, Eve is calling me.
Ooh, you in trouble.
I'm in trouble. All right, take over.
Take over what? I can't see your chat. I can only see my chat, so I don't know how that's going to work. Okay, I wanted to go down. I can't believe he took that theory from me, and he's gone. I know. I can't believe Big 12. I think you know what it is, and either side, whoever can hear me on both sides of the chat, promoting the show is a lot of work. And when you have 2 or 3 people who are vindictive and petty, and this is for educational purposes only, they will flag and flag. And what happens is it takes you out of the algorithm. So even if you have your alerts set up like I do for certain people, if they've been flagged so many times, I don't get thank you. I don't get those alerts anymore. And that's what's happening. And so two very interesting people who have their own thoughts and opinions, lost out on something, and they needed someone to blame. And unfortunately, that was Oz. And they even sent me some hateful, awful things, but I don't care because life is life and people are going to like you or they don't. I pay it no mind. But when you have a show like Oz does and he puts all that work into it and they put him in a shadow banana, again, for educational purposes only, if you every time they go and they seriously, it's an everyday thing. Report somebody's reporting all of his stuff all the time, reporting the live, reporting everything. So what happens is you get pulled further and further out of the algorithm. So it helps so much when you share the show, when you like the show, and all those different things, because some people are just, yeah, and some people are just the way they are, and it is what it is, and we try to block and moderate the best we can, but they create, like, the level of petty that how many accounts they've created is wild just to be a hater. Like, it is so funny to me. I'm like, dude, like, I don't even have that kind of energy. Like, I want you to step on a Lego, but that's about as far as it goes. He's doing, yeah, and he's not doing unoriginal content. This is his own. These are his own thoughts and opinion. Yeah, and now he's exactly. It's crime for he did the crime. Now he gets the time when there was no crime. It's like, I thought you were innocent until proven guilty, which we know doesn't work in the United States. But for educational purposes only, and which is why I say those things constantly. This is not financial advice. This is, for entertainment purposes, educational purposes. And the reason is, I know, can't say that either. Educational purposes, don't talk to dolphins. It is illegal. Yeah, already. And that, I think, as the new rules come up, and I don't know on the other side who's listening, you need to be careful what you do. The laws are getting, the rules for I Love TikTok Shop are getting much more difficult in the beginning of September, and they're starting to implement them now. And the further and further along that goes, the more you will get restricted. And you are going to have to be very careful what you say before and after you say them. Like, and this is why I'm saying, like, say, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for, sharing. Like, there's a one that's, sharing positivity. This is about educational. This is not financial advice. Please remember to use those things. They will pull it. So, like, it does make me upset that now a platform that used to be so where everything went, you could think whatever you want, posted whatever you want. Oh, did it? Josh? Okay, so that, I can't say that word. I got banned the other day for saying it, or bananaed, sorry. We Love TikTok Shop, F1, in the chat. I can't say that because the last time I did, I was bananaed. I'm not allowed to say anything about those two countries at all. That's how bad it is. They pulled me right off. And that's what I mean by censored. You can't talk about certain wars. You can't talk about certain countries. You can't talk about certain genocides, because if you do, they don't want that on the system. And it's not getting better. I'm sure you guys saw the weird, I don't know how you say it. If everyone got that message about how it changes in September, everything is going to be off limits. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. TT is not cool anymore. Used to be the place you can go say anything you want, and now it's just not that. Everything, people can do whatever they want, say whatever hateful things they want, report whatever they want with zero consequences, but the person who pays for those consequences are the people they're falsely reporting.
Right. I think I'm going to move to X or somewhere else, because, man, this is ridiculous. What it was when I first started this in like January, February, it's nothing like it was. And you just can't. How are we supposed to function? How are we supposed to do this? So if
They
you're
don't
not
want you
following,
to.
If you're not following me on X, make sure you do, because one day I might just disappear and you won't know where to find me. And we are streaming on YouTube as well. But that show's dead. There's 2 people watching there. There's 2 people watching on YouTube. There's 1 person watching on Twitch. And then there's now only 20 people watching on TikTok. We used to have like 300 plus viewers every day. And it was just me with the Nintendo Switch. I didn't even have all this stuff. And I was like, wow, we're really doing something here. And so I like invested into doing all of this. And man, I feel like, wow, what a waste of money. I mean, I helped you guys, but like, what am I doing here? Oz, you can live on X while you're live on everything else. Yes, I know this. I just haven't set it up yet. I just got my blue check on X yesterday.
Okay, so this is a good point, and I think you need to take this into consideration as well, because I think we were trying to tell you that, and you kind of had that suspicion. Just as the crypto market is diluted, the social media market is diluted on too many platforms. So what's happening is that, you know, you have the market's not doing anything, and, you know, and now that everything's diversified from X and YouTube and TikTok and all the other, and Twitch and all the other places, it's gonna get spread out, you know, like rain doesn't hit the same spot.
And it was all centralized here on TikTok just a few months ago, and then they just screwed it all up with the US coming in and taking control of it and messing with the algorithm.
Yeah, and it says we don't know where to go, we are lazy. And that's partially true. It's like, all right, what's the easiest place for me to go get that information? So of course it's going to be spread out, because if you add everything together, you have the right amount of people, but it's all spread out everywhere.
And that's why I like Twitch, but I don't like the commercials. Everyone complains about the commercials. But X,
I complain.
X, you can say whatever you want, no commercials. I think that's the place to go. You know, I've been trying out new platforms to see what's going to work. And I don't know. This can't continue. Jfinity, thank you for the let 'em cooks. It can't continue. Something's going to give, and like they're driving away good creators. What are we supposed to do? Like I'm up to my ears in appeals and paperwork every live. Like, why am I
But it's
here?
not just you. It's not just you. I've seen other creators that had 80, 90 people and like 4 people on their panel, and now they've got like good creators on their panel, and they're barely able to keep 30 people. And these are all like people that I follow, like whether they're in a panel or not. And it's not just, I don't think it's as personal as you think it is, but I think there needs to be a line drawn where, you know, maybe it's time to move to a different platform, or just see where this goes in the next month or so. And we're going to know more by September how,
I'm giving it till,
for educational purposes, how censored we are.
I'm giving it till October, basically. And if they don't get their act together, we're going to walk away from TikTok completely. I've threatened it so many times. TikTok seller, thank you for the galaxy. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was so sweet.
We've made $6.66. It's 666. You gotta send something else. You gotta get rid of that number. That's bad luck. Somebody.
I know.
Somebody send
more apps, more passwords. It said, "Oh no, I would miss you, Oz," on this side of this stream. Just so you know.
Well, I wouldn't stop going live. I would just be elsewhere. You gotta get off.
People stick to what they're familiar with. That's never gonna happen. People stick to what they're familiar with.
Kodak, Danny Gibson, thank you for the gifts. There's no more 666. You guys don't have to send gifts unless you want to. I appreciate it. 666 is a bad luck number.
Order 66.
Yeah. So
that one's fun.
My main thing is that I'm not going to stop doing this show. But you guys are going to have to leave TikTok because I can't do it anymore. I can't. So if you want the TA, you're going to have to come elsewhere. At least come to my Discord. Because I can't deal with this anymore. What am I supposed to do? They're driving me out of here. Kodak says lead and we shall follow. I think that's my sign right there. You guys know what's good. You guys know that I'm doing a good thing here. And I know those of you that have been here for a long time. Danny says, just tell us where and start over. I think that's what we're going to do. I think I tried Twitch and we're not getting any new viewership on Twitch, but I'll tell you what, the X is starting to take off quickly. And there are big names that are following me on X already, and they're promoting me. So I feel like we're going to be moving to X. I'm going to give it a few more weeks here. I feel bad, like I'm letting down Eve, but as a creator, like I can't deal with it anymore. It's so much paperwork. It's just appeal after appeal. Did my appeal still pending? It didn't get rejected yet, but it's just like we were just like getting into the algorithm and just starting to get going, and then boom, roadblock. Every live. There hasn't been a live in months where it's just been smooth sailing. It's been months.
That's actually sad but true. I don't think people realize that. Like, that's real. Every single one. You're not leaving. Don't make me come to Cali.
It's not that I'm leaving.
You have a lot of people that... No, but you have a lot of people that love you over here. And they're just like, they don't want you to leave. And I get that. We just might have to shift platforms because... And I feel like... I know no one wants to hear this. Yeah, it's every week minimum. But I don't think people want to hear this. When all those rules go into September, you're probably not going to want to be here either. Because even though I do not care for Mr. Musk, Twitter is a free-for-all. You can do whatever you want over there. No one cares.
And there's
Not
a lot of
one
moon
person.
cheesers I think we could reach there. I think we could help a lot of new people.
Yeah, you believe that.
And look at Josh. Look at what we did for Josh. And
he did for us. He taught us some stuff. We taught him some stuff.
But Josh is just growing his portfolio exponentially now. Mar
We might
Lopez
have to do a
says
test run.
X is good, but you are exposed to such negative content and visuals, it's bad energy. I agree. And that's what I'm hoping is maybe we can bring something positive to a negative space. Maybe we'll stick out more because of it. We did here. We stuck out because we spoke out. So we'll have to see. I'm going to talk with Jesse about it, and we'll see. Maybe we need to give X a little trial run. And
That's what I'm thinking.
Because with the letter that I got from TikTok of the new rules that are coming, I only see it getting worse. I don't see it getting any better. It's just not... It doesn't make any sense. Like, why... I feel like we're wasting energy and resources in the wrong place. So hopefully you guys come with, whoever doesn't, the problem is I have to, not everybody's in the live every day, right? And if I put out a post that says, hey, we're going to be on X, then, TikTok suppresses it. So I'm not sure.
We'll give it the next month. Give it until September.
That's what I'm
saying.
That's what I'm saying. So
we give it till September and give everyone the opportunity.
TikTok seller says your Twitter looks fire. Yeah, my Twitter's like days old and it's already like taking off. Like I've got
Yeah.
hundreds. I'm getting more likes on my videos there than I'm getting on TikTok. I'm getting more likes than I'm getting views on TikTok. So it's like, what am I doing here? So I think we're gonna do that. We'll take some time and give you guys a chance to adjust. But I think we're gonna start focusing on the X. And what I've noticed is that in the space, the crypto space, everyone is using X. That's where everyone's at. Can you
That's my whole
TA
problem
link
with
and
it, though.
arrow? I got you, brother.
While you're doing that, that is my problem with X is going to be your success with it. Is anybody can say whatever they want. Anyone can use fake news. Anyone can just post statistics that aren't real. Yeah, and you are creating a positive change, and that's what it says on this side. Just so you know,
I
that
know.
it is hard. Nothing ever good came easy. It just doesn't work that way.
Chainlink looks bullish as hell. Look at that. It got that double bottom. It's just going, okay? There is a fair value gap down here at 20 cents, but I don't think it does it. I think it's going to keep going. Now we did have a bit of rejection up here, but we got our doji. I'm seeing a wick on the bottom, not on the top. I think it still wants to go. Let's see here. Yeah, we had like an ascending channel. It broke down. I think it wants to keep going. It's kind of like a double top thing, but no, I don't think so. I think this one's still bullish. I think Chainlink's got more move in it. All right, what was the other one? Arrow. Aerodrome Finance. Mother Dragons, thank you so much. Chat, if you're a subscriber, everybody put a Killdozer flag in the chat. Don't make me do unreasonable things. Put the Killdozer in the chat. Don't make me do it, because that's what TikTok's making me do. You guys know which one I'm talking about. It's the Gadsden flag, but it's the Killdozer on it. You guys know that story? Jesse.
It's a documentary. The guy pretty much has enough of everybody, and he secretly buys a tank, fixes it, makes this thing crazy, like there's a bulldozer in front of it. Like, you can't take it down. There's nothing you can do. He's mad at everybody in this town, and so he just starts wrecking every single building he comes across, and they can't stop him. There's no bullets. They're not equipped to stop a freaking bulldozer tank. And if you can watch, I think the documentary is on Max or HBO, because apparently we call it Max now. And it's one of the funniest things. Like, I know, like, it was dangerous. People were fine. It's really funny because this guy just had enough of all of it. He lost his job. He lost his family. He lost his house. He was done.
Yeah, the city council wouldn't let him, do things for his business, but they would let these other businesses do whatever they want. And they basically pushed him out and bullied him. That's what's happening here, as we're being pushed out and bullied. On the 1 hour, Arrow is a double bottom forming right now, so it should pump up. If it gets rejected at 146 to 150, it could continue on back downward and possibly form like a diamond top or something. But this also looks like a liquidity sweep where maybe they're triggering stop losses. So it could continue up still from here. I'm still leaning bullish. Yes, Pudgy Penguins. I got my little Pudgy Penguin right here. Check it out. I'll look at ADA for you, brother. Hey, Josh is actually a subscriber now. Wouldn't you know it? Josh is a subscriber. Check out the Pudgy Penguin. I love my Pudgy Penguins now. I was like kind of like meh, whatever, and then like I realized something. Marketing. Marketing, baby. Marketing is huge. All right, let's look at Cardano. Josh says, tell Cardano to send me a bottle. I'll shill too.
I feel like he would. I really do.
It just tastes better in this bottle. You know which one I really like though is my midnight one. Midnight spared no expense. I got my little midnight on my Pudgy Penguin right here. Cardano. I have to say that everything looks funky right now. It is hard to say what's going on, but I feel bullish. I feel bullish, okay? Like it, and we know how everything moves together, okay? Some are clearly bullish and some are just like, eh. I think we're moving into alt season. And you know, I don't normally say, oh, DCA, but like this is one of those times where I'm like, maybe DCA. Buy, if it drops a little bit more, buy some more. Because I think things are about to go parabolic. Okay, not face melting parabolic, but I think we're gonna see something. I don't know. Ada kind of looks like a bull flag here, yo. Cardano, the bull flag. That looks like a bull flag to me. Or, excuse me, a pennant. A bull pennant. Excuse me. I'm teaching a TA class. I gotta call them the right name. Excuse me, chat. Can Pudgy reach 9 cents? I mean, if enough people buy it, yeah. That is a good question though. Let's look at Pudgy one.
I mean, penguin is in the name. I mean,
I think
and it's
penguins
pudgy,
are neat.
like a pudgy penguin. They're cute. They have little tuxedos, and the women leave the eggs with the males, and then they never have to take care of them again. Like, how awesome is that?
Let me tell
I'm
you
just
something.
saying.
So there's a thing with penguins is once they find a mate, they never leave their mate, and it's forever, right? And so like once you get into penguins, it's forever, right? Can penguins
They're really cute.
reach 9 cents? That is a stretch, buddy, but it's definitely possible. But maybe in meme coin season. Francesca says, I'll shill. Yeah, I'm monetized on X. It takes a year. I'm not going to make any money on X. So here's the thing is if we move to X, like we're not going to make any revenue. At least I made like $7 here. If I move to X, I'm not going to get anything. That's the problem is it's nice to have some kind of something coming in because the overhead for this show is just ridiculous. So I don't know if we're not making any money and we're not signing any affiliates, we're done. The show's over.
Yeah. And this might be my last week. So, you know, I can't take people's food off their table, especially the people that work here. So I'm going to try my best. You know, the next couple of days I have some stuff to do, but Yeah, I mean, this is just where we are, and that's okay. You know, we tried down a journey, and I tried something new, and I've had a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of awesome people, and I'll be in and out of TikTok, but yeah, this is probably going to be my last week, and but I do appreciate everybody.
It's just become unsustainable. I was hoping to sign an affiliate contract. It looks like that's not going to happen. So TikTok killed a good creator. We're going to give it one more go on X. And if that doesn't do it, then c'est la vie. Because I've just invested in so much into this. I can't continue. I have literally bled my bags dry. And on that note, let's call it a night.
I think so too.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Go follow me on X. Come join the Discord. So that way you can find me.
Discord's a lot of fun.
The Discord is a lot of fun. And you know what? I'll be hanging out in the Discord after this. If you guys want to come over there and laugh and have a good time, I'll be on there for a little bit. Hey,
bye,
Zane, much respect to you too. The Discord link is in my bio. I believe the X link is in my bio. If it's not, I will have the IT guy fix that. But you can find me on all platforms, Ozthecryptogoat. So, yeah, we're probably going to be leaving this platform. So if you enjoy this content and you want to be a part of the community, come find me, because we can't keep doing this. And we'll see. We're at 200K likes, which is crazy, and only 16 people watching. Thank you guys for the taps and the gifts and everything you guys do. Much appreciated to you guys. I appreciate you all very much. Mother Dragons, thank you very much. Have a good night, everyone. Make sure you come find me on X, okay? Because that's where we're going to be. We're going to give it one more go. Give it one more shot. And hopefully it works out. Bye, guys. What's everybody doing? How we doing? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. Welcome to the Ledger Lounge. This is your host, Oz the Crypto Goat. Welcome everybody. We're about to get started in just a few minutes, but let's get those likes rolling in on TikTok. Start hitting that like button, double tap everybody. We're gonna get started with our show here in just a little bit. We got some pretty I'd say bearish news. We also got maybe some bullish news, and that just seems to be the trend. For every bit of bullish news there's more bearish news to follow. It's just a roller coaster, baby. It's a roller coaster. But make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends, follow the channel, and also share it. Click the little share button, and let's get rolling. We need those likes to start rolling in. And let's set up a goal here. Let's do heart me's. Everybody get your heart me in. Thank you for Gibby. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate you. And the heart me. Appreciate you, Gibby. Mega Crypto, how's it going, buddy? How we doing? Glad to see you. It's a pleasure as always. Hi, Gibby. How you doing? How's the trading going? Are you in profit? Are we in profit? I'll tell you what, I've been coaching a lot more people, and some of you are just getting started, and some of you have been doing the coaching for a little while, and it's great to see people actually in profits, whereas it was not going that way for a while. I'm just learning every day. Yeah, and you know what's great is I am now offering the technical analysis class. So if you want to get signed up for the technical analysis class, it's going to be through my Discord. Okay, let me pull it up here for you if you're interested. So you go to the link in my bio, and that's where the Discord is at. And then where is it at? Oh, here it is. So the TA class, the first class starts on July 6th, okay? And I'm doing limited seating in the classes, okay? So because I don't want it to get too full, so there is a limited amount of space to get into the TA class. So make sure you get pre-signed up before the class starts, and you can secure a spot, because it will not be open once we reach a certain amount of people. That's it, because I will just have to cut it off. And then maybe later on down the road, we can add more if people fall off. But I want it to be more personalized, so that way I can focus on each individual person and where they need help with, and where their struggles are at. So join the technical analysis class. It's going to be awesome. And that way you can learn to read the charts like I do. And we have Waddy Crypto X is coming on the show on Friday. So we've got, we're going to talk about White Rock. We're going to talk about some of the things that we found here with White Rock. And I'm going to be letting Dead Daddy know. And so that way he can possibly chime in if he like. But that's going to be an amazing show as well. I'm really excited because Waddy, he deep dives like I do. And he doesn't just believe everything he hears. Great guy. Make sure you give him a follow. And don't forget, we have our hoodies, our women's and our men's t-shirts. We also have the beautiful coffee mug. I'm telling you, the coffee just tastes better with the goat. And we have our stickers here as well. And those are all available on the Discord, or there's a link on Twitch where you can get your merchandise. So make sure you sign up for the Discord, and the Discord's going to have the links to all this stuff, as well as the TA class. All right. Where are all my crypto bros at? Ooh, I like this song. Kayleen, Mother of Dragons, right? Welcome to the Ledger Lounge. Glad to see you on the Twitch side. What's going on, Ken? How you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to send in your heart me's on TikTok. And a heart me and 2 popular votes is going to help the algorithm. And there's also a heart me like power up, that one as well. Ken, thank you for the heart me and the popular vote, much appreciated. And don't forget to tap away. Let's see if we can get to 3,000 likes and we'll get started with the news and everything. What's up, Crypto TV with Trey? Trey's mad at me because I made him lose a battle today. I got you on the next one, fam. I got you on the next one. Trust. Glad to see you, Trey. Yeah, man. You know, hey, I gotta give the love spread out evenly. You know what I mean? Like, I had a feeling you were gonna win that one, so I was like, I'm gonna come in clutch right now. I'm gonna come in clutch. It was unexpected though. Eve did not think that she was gonna win that one. It was fun though, man. A lot of fun. Jesus, thank you for the heart me, and Jesus is signed up for the TA classes. He's already secured his spot. Oh, dude, thank you for the 20 popular votes. Appreciate you. And glad to have you on in the class. And let me show you right here. So we have the TA class is operational. We're doing pre-signups now. There is limited space. So I'm only allowing a certain amount of people to sign up for the class. And once it's full, that's it. So make sure you get pre-registered before July 6th so you don't miss the class. And that's all going to be done through the Discord. So if you want to get on the TA class, send me a direct message and I will give you all the instructions you need to get signed up. But I'll tell you what, like, people are flocking to get into the TA class. Everybody wants in. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the greatest class you ever took. Everybody says so. We're all going to get very rich and drink Bud Light. It's going to be incredible. Everybody share the show. FYP, hashtag FYP in the chat. Man, I'll tell you what, TikTok is awful. You pay for a promotion one time and then all of a sudden they don't put you out in the FYP at all. Not FUP, that's F up. FYP. You put me in hashtag F up. Am I an F up? Yeah, Circle's rocking. That's gonna be a good one. You can't put the period after FYP. It doesn't work still. And you can't put anything else with it. It's just gotta be hashtag FYP, nothing else. Otherwise it doesn't work. But I appreciate you. Mother Dragons, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. There we go. There's the FYP. And viewership is so down. This is what happens. You pay TikTok for some promotion and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're not gonna promote you no more unless you give us money. Well, we just got word we're going to war. Did it just happen right now? Because what I have says we don't know if we're going. Let me look it up. Yeah, no decision yet. Yeah, there's no decision on it yet. We're going to cover that. Jesse's out sick again today. She's not feeling well. She will be back on the show, I promise. Is TikTok done today? Tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow. We're going to find out. I sure hope not. TikTok owes me some money. We'll see what happens with TikTok. But if anything happens, we've got a safe haven. So we have our Twitch as well, just in case. TikTok needs an extended warranty. Yeah. We've been trying to reach you about your TikTok's extended warranty. All right. Mother Dragons, thank you for the popular vote. Appreciate you. So we got five heart me's. We need to get to 20 heart me's. Guinea Marie, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Nico, thank you for the heart me. What's going on, Nico? Look deep into SPX. I'll tell you what, I will look into it if you send a heart me. We'll look it up right now. Nico, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Yeah, glad to have you here, Nico. I'm doing all right. I finally got some sleep, man. I was exhausted yesterday. Usually I'll be up for days on end, and then I just need like 2 days of massive sleep, and then I'm feeling a lot better. And then I can go like another week without any sleep. So I'm feeling good and refreshed. There's a moon at night outside my window. Yeah, but it's a waning moon. However, there's a celestial body. What do you want to call it? Let's see. It's what date is that? You know what, chat? You're all gonna get something very special today. You're gonna see a sub-only video. Oh wait, maybe it's not letting me see sub-only videos because I'm not subscribed to my own channel. I can't see my sub-only videos. Hold on. Still bullish on SXT. I mean, I love the utility, but I think just the market's taking a dump right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm bullish long term. I'm just looking to accumulate it and wait for it to do something crazy because it could potentially hit a couple bucks. So yeah. Let me pull this up here real quick. Get the date. I don't want to give you guys false information. So let's make sure we know the date. What the heck? They removed it? No. They removed the post about the moon. What happened to it? All right, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Okay, this is it. The smiley face in the sky refers to a celestial alignment of the moon, Venus, and Saturn that can create the illusion of a smiling face. Let's see a picture of it here. This is what it looks like. That's kind of cool looking, right? I have a feeling that this is gonna normally would be something bearish. Maybe it indicates a pump. I'm in and out. I'm in a tree, but be back later. You're in a tree. What are you doing in a tree, man? So we follow the moon cycle. Do I believe in it? No. However, I think other people do. So it gives it some validity. So this is the celestial formation that is coming on what date? Let me see here. The date, April 25th. No. We had another one coming up. June. Maybe that's why they took it down. Maybe I got June 19th. On June 19th, a rare celestial event will create a smiley face in the sky as the moon, Venus, and Jupiter align. Oh, that's good. Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter is very bright. So this is going to be very cool. Oh, you're servicing an antenna. Right on. My cell service antenna went down, so I'm connected to somebody's SER. Oh my God. Dude. So this is cool. I think this normally this would be a bearish part of the cycle. But because of this celestial alignment, I'm guessing that it's going to give a bit of a small pump because it's a happy face, you know. Oh, it's happy. It's like, you know what I mean? You got to think of what these crazy people that are trading based on the moon cycle are thinking. They're thinking, oh, it's a happy face, so it's going to be good. Maybe we'll see a giant God candle. I doubt it. It could just be bad. It could just go the opposite direction. We'll have to see. Why is viewership so down? I'm gonna cry. There's only 6 people watching. We gotta do something here. We gotta get the likes going like crazy. Cause 6 or 10 people watching, if it falls below 20 people watching for more than an hour, I have to cut the live and we have to end the show because it ruins the stats for the show and the FYP and everything like that, and it'll put us in like a shadow ban. XRP up or down by 2026? Down. XRP down by 2026. I think by February 2026 we'll be back to like $1 or lower. Downtown, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Everybody, FYP in the chat, hashtag FYP, hashtag must watch. Is Jaydan live? He's pretty popular. They might be over there. I think you might be right. Yeah, because if our viewership is too low for too long, we have to end the live early, and then we'll just be exclusively on Twitch. We'll still do the live. You'll just have to go there to watch it. Let's see. Let's see if Jaydan is live. He is live. Dang. Oh, and okay. Some of the biggest creators in the space right now are live right now. That's why nobody's watching, and they hardly ever go live. That makes sense. It's cool you're watching me. I appreciate that. He must be doing a long one. It would be late for him. Yeah, I know, right? Usually I try to go on a different time than other creators, because more of the other creators, they go a little bit earlier. I go a little bit later so that I don't conflict with them, and then I don't Somebody go into Dan's live and tell everybody to go to see Oz the Crypto Goat. But I also picked the time that I do because it's the closing of the day candle, and I get to reach Australia and that time zone as well. Tell Dan to go to bed. I know, right? Everybody go tell Dan to go to bed so people will come watch the goat. Say, hey, the goat's going live, Dan. Hey, go into Dan's live and tell him that if he comes over, I'll have him come on as a co-host and we'll chat. I've been trying to get Dan on the show, but he gets spammed with so many messages that he's like, I looked for your message, I can't find it, and then I'm locked out to where I can't send a new one. So it is what it is. You're not sleepy? I'm not sleepy either. I never sleep. All right, let's do a little TA, huh? So it looks like today's candle closed, not quite a hammer, but somewhat of a hammer. But that downward pressure has got today opened up as a red candle, which could indicate downward movement. But then we look in the hour and I see a nice little flag forming. That looks like a flag to me. So I think we could potentially get another little pump up here. That would take it to like 218. I don't think it would go much further though. Maybe. This does look like an inverted head and shoulders. Now that could send it up to 219, 220. But still overall, it's just a massive head and shoulders. And look at this. Hold on, let me get back on the day. And then 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, there's this as well. And this is also bearish. This is an ascending, broadening wedge. It's not too ascending, but I mean, if you bring this here, then it's a lot more ascending for sure. But I like to come back here a little further. But that would indicate downward movement. And overall, this whole thing right here is a head and shoulders. So definitely keep an eye on it. Prompt headed to the moon tonight. Don't miss out on the dip for sure. I'm trying to learn. Yeah, I'm offering a technical analysis class. I also offer one-on-one coaching. So the coaching is more about finding a strategy that's specific to your needs that can make you profitable. And the TA class is more about learning how to read the charts. So this is the TA class, and you can get signed up. It's through my Discord, And you just send me a message, say, hey, I want to sign up for the class. It's $25 an hour. So there's four 1-hour classes a month. So it's going to be $100 a month. But it's a limited amount of people in the class. So you're going to have more direct one-on-one contact with me during that live. And I can teach you how to read the charts. Not just read the charts, but read them the way I do and quickly, very quickly. I'm here in California. And then the coaching is for deluxe subscribers, and you can message me directly and we can come up with a strategy for your situation. So the deluxe subscribers, it's only $10 a month, and you can message me anytime, and you won't need to know TA if you are deluxe subscribed. I'll do all the heavy lifting for you. But remember, following is not the same as subscribing, okay? So there's a little star down on the bottom here, okay, with a circle around it. You're going to click that, and that's how you're going to become a subscriber. Definitely worth it. Everyone that subscribes resubscribes. It's worth it. Mino36, you're a beginner. Highly recommend taking advantage of the one-on-one coaching with me. Just become a subscriber and send me a message after, and I will help you out. Oz, what's the prediction time for 160? I would say sometime around July, maybe the beginning of July, maybe halfway into July. It could take time. It could also break structure. Remember that. I'm investing 1,000 into XRP every month for the next 10 years. Oh, get ready to be broke. Maybe in 10 years you won't be broke, but for the next 10 years you're going to be broke. Or Batman. I'm just being honest with you, Bruce. Bruce Wayne. By the way, I love Batman. I drive a Batmobile, by the way. One of my cars is a Batmobile. XRP already had its bull run. I agree. If you're going to put $1,000 into XRP every month, I would wait. I'd start saving it and putting it into stable coins and wait and buy the bottom. Nobody beats my FOMO. Hey, dude, I think I beat your FOMO, dude. I think we beat it, man. I think you're doing a lot better now. Any thoughts on XDB on MEXC? Yeah, dude, I think you're starting to get there. My thoughts on XLM, I like it. If you want TA on any projects, you got to become a subscriber. It's $1.99 a month, or you can do the deluxe subscription, and then you can have one-on-one coaching with me. Or you can get that absolutely free by putting it in the chat on Twitch. I'm not allowed to promote Twitch anymore. I got in trouble. I'm not going to get my stream keys. Which I really need. I like this song. I own all the rights to this music, by the way. That's why I have the music I have, because by the way, all of these videos are posted to YouTube, and if you ever miss a live, you can go back and rewatch them on YouTube. They're usually uploaded the night of, sometime around midnight. They're back on there. All right, let's get into some news, huh? Let's read some news. This is from CNBC. Pro-Israel hackers destroy 90 million in Iran crypto exchange breach, analyst firm says. So I believe it was BTC. And I believe if it's destroyed, that means it cannot be sold. So it's locked away forever for good, as far as I know. Hackers sent the stolen funds to they send it to other addresses. Likely can't have access, effectively destroying it. Okay, so hackers sent the stolen funds to vanity addresses they likely can't access, effectively destroying it. Blockchain analytics firm Elliptic said. The Predatory Sparrow hacker group claimed responsibility and also said it breached Iran's state-owned bank SEPA earlier this week. Elliptic has linked the exchange to sanctionized ransomware operatives and wallets tied to Hamas, Palestine, Islamic Jihad, and was it Houthis? Is that Hodas? Hodas. What's up, UB? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, that's more than 90 million Wednesday, according to blockchain analysis. The funds were drained from the platform wallets into addresses being anti-government messages, explicitly referencing Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and so on and so forth. It looks like blockchain research firm Chain Analysis said the stolen crypto included Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, Ripple, Solana, Tron, and Ton. Now, when they say Ripple, do they mean XRP or Ripple shares? I'm assuming that they mean XRP, and they do this on purpose. They want you to get Ripple mixed up with XRP, just like they did right here. So that is interesting, because I don't believe that Ripple is a cryptocurrency. Let's find out. Is Ripple a cryptocurrency? Yes, Ripple is a cryptocurrency. More specifically, XRP is the name of the digital currency that Ripple, the company, uses on the payment platform. Okay, so actually the answer is no. Ripple is not. AI lies to you too. This is what I'm talking about. They want you to believe that they are one and the same when they are not. Nick Beamer, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Thank you for the subscription. And if that's a deluxe subscription, make sure you send me a direct message and send me your email, and I will get you signed up for the email alert system. It's absolutely free for the rest of this month. After that, it's $1.99, but try it out. If you like it, then keep using it. But it basically pays for itself. I'm telling you, totally worth it. Man, viewership is way down. We got to do something. We got to do something. We got to do something. Before Mother Earth gets any more hurt, we got to do something. No? Saving Sarah Marshall? Or forgetting Sarah Marshall, excuse me. Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Anyone? Anyone? No? Russell Brand? Oh man, I'm showing my age. I guess it doesn't matter. There's only 12 people watching me sing like an idiot. All right, Senate passes crypto regulation, sends to the House without addressing Trump's investments. The Senate passed legislation on Tuesday that would regulate a form of cryptocurrency known as stablecoins, the first of what the industry hopes will be a wave of bills to bolster its legitimacy and reassure consumers. The fast moving legislation, which passed a 68 to 30 vote and will be sent to the House for potential revisions. What's up, Simon? How you doing, buddy? Don't forget to send in your daily heart me's, everyone, and follow it with 2 popular votes. That's the best way to boost the algorithm. We have 13 people watching. If we're below 20 viewers for too long, we have to cut the live. How much do singers get paid per song on the internet? I don't know. Evidently, only a couple of cents. Because we've only made 25 cents this live. Simon, thank you for the heart me. And holy crap, 49 popular votes. Appreciate you. So evidently, singers get paid 49 popular votes. So yeah, this passed. It's going to go to the House. They'll probably make some revisions and it's going to get passed. But until that happens, I would say that this is not so bullish news. Yeah, we gotta get firm regulation, and it's really only stablecoin regulation, so it really doesn't help crypto at all. If you ask me, it's an indication of quite the opposite. So it is a little troubling for me. That's why I'm wondering, like, what purpose will XRP actually serve? Will it actually be used as a currency or just like a liquidity pool and facilitation of paying gas fees? That's my main concern, because if they were moving to do something like not use stablecoins or CBDCs, I would say that wouldn't it be relevant to pass some legislation to define whether or not these currencies are securities or commodities, you know? And I think they're just not even paying attention to that, because that's not the overall goal. Just because there's an executive order doesn't make it a law, first of all. An executive order is a temporary order. It lasts like 1 year, and it could just go away, and people will think that it's still in place because he signed an executive order, but then it'll just go out the window and it'll whoosh over everyone's heads, and then all of a sudden, here, CBDCs, there you go. That's what we're doing, and everyone's gonna go, what? What happened? And everyone's gonna be holding a bag full of useless garbage, and you're just gonna see a massive tank in all sorts of coins if that happens. Obviously, it's a bit speculative right now, but in my opinion, I think the overall goal is CBDCs, stable coins. What's the purpose of having XRP when you have RLUSD? It facilitates gas fees and is a liquidity pool. That's it. Will it help it? Yeah, the price might come up a little bit. It might keep it at around $2 to $5, but you know, XRP is like trying to fill a bucket with no bottom in it, okay? It doesn't matter how open the faucet is and you got the bucket under it, it's just falling onto the floor because it moves through it. XRP gets its value from the people that hold it, not from the liquidity that flows through it. So I hope that's not the case. I mean, because I hold some XRP. I took most of my profits. I'm well within the green on XRP, but you know, I'd like to see my moon bag go to 11D. Of course, who wouldn't? But probably not. Probably not. And it kind of breaks my heart what's happening to crypto right now. It breaks my heart because we were moving towards decentralization, control of the people having the control, and not the institutions. And now it's going back the other direction. Institutions are going to have all the control. The people get nothing, and you all stay broke. Live in the pod, eat the bugs, and shut your mouth. Lick the boot. That's what they want you to do. They want you to lick the boot and eat the bugs. Eat the bugs, people. They're delicious. Everybody says so. Eat them 10 times a day. Aye. We'll see what happens with that. I'm glad that nobody's seeing me get this rant right now. 14 people, that's pretty close to getting to 20. We should get up there. Keep hitting the like button, guys. Lock in, such a roller coaster. Meme coin, really? All right, let's look at it. Seamont be finding the treasure, okay? Seamont 77 is a treasure hunter, and dude, he's been not only finding good ones. You got to tell me these coins, Seamont, before they pump, okay? So I can get in where you're at. Because I don't follow meme coins, but dude, you've been killing the meme coins. And if we can get in, then I can watch it. I'll tell us where to get out, like we did on the other one on syrup. Ooh, boy, made some money on syrup. Oh man, I gotta maybe get into meme coins, bro. Because like everything else is making me nothing, dude. Lock in. It sounds like Lockheed Martin, so I like it. Lock in. Is this it? On Kraken? Ooh, that's a nice double bottom. Interesting. Interesting. Because this has the potential, I'd say probably not, but it has the potential that this is an inverted Head and Shoulders. Possibly. It's a little out of structure, but definitely something to watch. I'd say it's more or less triple bottom. So this thing got a nice triple bottom. Boom, it took off. Let me move this to this side. Let's go into a lower time frame. Let's look at the 15-minute. See, that looks bullish too, man. It looks like it's got another pump in it. I would say max, though. I don't know. These are hard to tell because look how volatile this thing is. This thing could run all the way up here, you know? I would say conservatively, like a penny and a half on this one, but I could see it doing, yeah, probably like a penny and a half, potentially. There's not enough data really right now in this short term, because I would say pretty much this double bottom has played out. So we have to see if it continues to be bullish. I'd say it's going to a penny and a half, which is like hella good. It could also just come up here and stop. But I don't think so, because look at how volatile this thing is. I mean, it would make, well, let's look at something here. Okay, it's kind of trending like this, right? So there's our trend. Yeah, a penny and a half, dude. It seems highly likely on this one. Let's say it would probably get over there around here. It would probably fall short. I'd say 0.0147 is probably be the tip of the wick on that one. That's what I'm thinking. It could do a penny and a half, but that's going to be that psychological zone, okay? With meme coins like this, psychological zone, 1.5 penny, and that would be Friday, June 20th. Friday, June 20th, and let's make that a little more accurate. Let's make it a little more accurate. Let's nail it on the head here, because if this is going to happen like this, I might have to jump in. All right. Let's say a penny and a half June 19th. It's probably going to fall short and it'll be like June 20th. No. Yeah, a penny and a half by June 20th, baby. You got some at 0.0102. Dude, you're in the money. So you caught this nice little wave up right here. Okay. I think there's a potential that it follows this trend right here. However, CMONT, hear me out, okay? I've seen this many times where it'll double peak like this and then it'll just die off. Let me see if I can find an example. What's an example of that? Let me see here. I think maybe Shiba. I think Shiba might be a good example. Yeah, I would keep an eye on it for sure. If it starts dying off, okay, see this? No, see, this is a bad example too. Let me go into the day. Okay, here, Shiba, boom. See how it got like this peak right here? And you got like this trend moving down right here. The third one didn't make it up to the trend line. It only made it like less than halfway up. This is very common to see this where you get two spikes and then it just falls short after that. And that's what I think that this is emulating. So you get the two big peaks and then you get a little one. But because it didn't fall all the way down here, there is a more likelihood that it reaches that. But just keep that in mind, bro. It usually only gets two big peaks, but I have seen it do the trend where it'll hit it 3 times and it'll actually do it all the way down. I've seen them where they do this. They pump up here, come back down, pump up here, come back down, and they just do that all the way to the bottom. So this is, if it does this, bro, you're going to make some money off this one, okay? Because you're going to ride it up, you're going to sell here, it's going to come back down, and it's going to hit resistance at 0.0085, or I would say even 0.00925, which is probably more likely, but it's volatile. So it would come down around there, and then it would pump up again to 0.0125. And those are like psychological numbers. You see how it's hitting all those I just drew it kind of what it would kind of look like, and it puts it right on that psychological number. So it pretty much lines up. I'm going to kind of lean towards this. I'm hopeful for this for you because it also kind of has a bit of a trend downward like this. We'll have to see what it does. Have to see what it does. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on it. I'll tell you what though, if this one shows like it's going past up bullish and it does hit this mark, I'm going to be waiting for it to drop down here, and I'm going to pick some up here and ride this wave right here. It's one of those dangerous ones though. This is why I don't like meme coins. They're scary. Jesus, thank you for the greeting hearts. Appreciate you. Jesus is signed up for our technical analysis class. What coin is this? This is Lock-in. LOCKIN. USD. And then XRP is basically doing whatever the hell it wants to do. It never follows the rules, man. I have a love-hate relationship with XRP, okay? I love the idea and the sentiment. I want to believe. I message Mega Crypto like maybe twice a week or every other week. I'd say probably every other week. I message Mega and I'm like, Mega, please make me believe. I want to believe so badly. Please just make me a believer. I'm not there. I'm not feeling it, bro. And he's like, dude, I'm just holding forever. I don't care. I'm just holding. And I'm like, I want to, but I can't. 218, let's go. I know, right? I think it's got some in the tank. Um, you know, it is this though. Look at, okay. Or you get all excited about XRP right now. It is this. And it could potentially pump up to that. That would be 238, 247, everything I've been saying that it could potentially do. But it's a bit of an ascending channel. And I would even argue that it's this wedge, but let's just go with this, okay? It's a bit of an ascending channel, which eventually it will drop down and come back down to $2. Should have bought Circle. I did, and a ton of it. I know, man. I know. Hindsight's 2020, though. You know, I've been doing IPOs since the beginning of my trading career. Okay, I started out on IPOs, and generally with an IPO, you're going to double your money and you're going to get out. Okay, or you're going to want to buy Class A shares and hold on to them for dear life. Okay. And I should have looked at it like that. Like, I just want to have the Class A shares. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. And I think about it and I'm like, you know what? Like, the hype around crypto right now, Circle was a guaranteed win. And I was gonna buy it and I should have. And I don't know. I'm kicking myself now. I know I'll buy it. I think the deadline's coming up and I'm going to be forced to buy it at that price. Up $50 today. Don't tell me that, bro. No. Now I'm going to have to drop like 100 grand on this thing to buy as much as I wanted to. And I am not looking forward to putting, you know, a lot of money into it. I wanted to have some, but like, geez. I should have bought it at $60. I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it at 60. It dropped at like 30 something. I was like, it's already doubled. It's going to come down because that's normal. That's usually what they do. And yeah, I got screwed. I got screwed on it, but I'm going to buy some and I'm going to buy the top just because I want Class A shares in Circle. But hear me out. What if RLUSD takes over the space? And Circle becomes obsolete. Because Circle's Ethereum, right? And the gas fees are pretty spectacular. I think I'd rather own shares in Ripple than Circle. Isn't it funny how their name sounds the same too? The next one is Andrel. What's the ticker on that one? We all missed out on, what about Arrow? Are you talking about Arrow or Arrow? This is Arrow, but there's also Arrow. Arrow. Arrow looks done. Arrow looks crispy. However, it is a descending channel. It could pump. But this, okay, this is an example of what an IPO would do. Okay, this is classic IPO movement here. Okay, it releases, it doubles its price, pumps up, comes back down, pumps up one more time, and then it tapers off, and then it'll pretty much land at the price that it originally dropped at. Arrow Group Holdings, is this the right one? This is the right one. But this is standard. This tale as old as time. Seamont, thank you for the level up, Sparks. Appreciate you. You guys are too kind. You're too kind. I appreciate it. If you haven't sent in your heart me yet, make sure you send a heart me and 2 popular votes followed. That helps the algorithm. Looks like viewership is finally up. We're above 30. I guess Jadan got off. So we can actually have a show now. Thank you guys very much. And don't forget to sign up for our classes. We have the technical analysis classes are now available for pre-sign up. I'm only taking a certain amount of people. Okay. I want the classes to be small so that way I'm not overwhelmed by questions and chat and everything, and I can focus on each individual person and train them and hone them into a trading guru like I am, and you'll have your own show. Jason, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Nate, thank you for the heart me as well. I want to hone you guys into an advanced trader, okay? And I want you to be able to read the charts quickly like I do, okay? I want you to be lightning with it because that's where the money's made, is by being fast. If you're taking time and because once you get into that high frequency trading, you're going to need that speed, okay? You're going to need to know how to do these things quickly, all right, without pulling out the indicators and doing all the nonsense and jumping through the hoops like everybody else is doing. You need to just know how to do it. Oh, Andrew is arrow? Got you. I don't know. You tell me if it is. I know it's the drone defense contract, which is going to be massive. This whole war is going to be fought with drones. But yeah, get on the technical analysis class. It's going to be done through the my Discord. So you can sign up through my Discord, and then in the Discord, there's a little section where it says TA class, and you can put in there that you want to sign up. And once we get payment, you'll be set up. Buy oil? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Depending on if they do the drill, baby drill. If they start drilling, maybe not, dude. It's one of those 50-50s, but I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this about oil, okay? When we had Joe Biden in office, he kept dipping into our strategic reserves, okay? To keep the prices of oil low and gas low, right? And they switched to the summer blend in the winter and all that, right? Well, what happens with that is those massive amounts of barrels that we use off to lower prices for like a day, it gets burned up by the American people like within a day or two. It does not last long at all. But it depletes our reserves, and those reserves are there, strategic reserves. They're not there to lower gas prices. Neo, thank you for the 5 popular votes and the heart me. They are there for in case we have to go to war. Okay, wars run on oil. Okay, all the planes, all the ships. We have like the largest Navy and Air Force in the world. I believe so. I wish Jesse was here to correct me if I'm wrong. But those things cannot operate without oil. Okay? and we depleted our reserves. We are actually in a vulnerable state right now because of the lack of oil we have in our reserves right now. If we go into World War III, we're fucked. Oil is the blood of the earth. There is too much of it. I agree, but we don't have enough reserves stacked up to go to war. Oil will go to nothing in the future, not the near future, but I'm sure one day once they release free energy, I agree with that. But for now, no. And the thing is if our oil reserves are depleted and we do go to war and we do start sending aircraft carriers and planes and all these things out, expect the price of oil to go up. Like dramatically, because we have no reserves. And we still need to fill those reserves. So I kind of feel like maybe oil is a good buy. But you don't buy oil. You buy the companies, okay? ExxonMobil, stuff like that. You're not really buying oil. So it's a little bit tricky. What'll happen is you buy the companies that sell the oil, and then when they raise the prices and become more profitable, you're getting a portion of that. But yeah, guys, sign up for the TA class. Become an expert trader. And that's through my Discord. The link is in my bio. And, oh yeah, don't forget, get your hoodies, t-shirts, mugs. Look at, I got the mug right here. Your coffee just tastes better with a goat on it. I'm telling you, there's nothing like a goat milk cup of Joe. It's just gonna taste better. Trust me. Listen, it's delicious. Everybody says so. They all say they love the goat. It's great. We love him. Entertain me. Smart trades aside, you have 1K for the crypto casino. What are your top 3 choices? With just 1K? To be honest with you, let me be just completely honest with you. If you're looking to get rich, okay, off $1,000, you want to make risky trades. I'd say something high leveraged on a meme coin, okay, and make sure you take profits. That's how you're going to become rich off of something like that. Something like 100x leverage on a meme coin that is about to take off. That's how you're going to get rich with it. Just 1K for roulette. You have other trades. Okay, so yeah. So the way you become rich, okay, is by taking a small amount of money and putting it into high risk, okay? And then the way you stay rich is by taking the large amount of money and putting it into low risk. That's why I hold my crypto, and I also hold my defense contracts, okay? And I hold, you know, Dutch Brothers and different IPOs, or not IPOs, but different stocks, right? So I take smaller amounts of money and I trade them into crypto, and I use that to build up my wealth and put them into secure places like Lockheed Martin. So I would say if you were going to do $1,000 and you're okay with just pissing it into the wind, I would say high leverage on a meme coin or a pink sheet, penny stocks, you know, they call them for Wolf of Wall Street, pink sheets, right? That's what I would say. You have your XRP, HBAR, Ondo, all the things. You're just taking a high risk chance. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I would say throw it into a meme coin with high leverage, or throw it into like one of these IPOs. They're very volatile at first. Basically, IPOs are the meme coins of the stock market. Like Peanut the squirrel. What do you mean Peanut the squirrel? Top 3 choices? My top 3 choices? That's interesting because I don't trade those kind of trades anymore. I'm not in it. I'll tell you who would be the one to ask is Cmont. Cmont trades the meme coins and is just killing it. Cmont, what's the next big 3 meme coins? No, I hear you, Justin. I hear you. I'm just a different style of trading because I'm retired. Okay. I'm 37 years old. I'm retired. And all my money comes from trading crypto that I live off of. And then everything else is like long-term storage. You're loaded on SXT? Yeah, dude. That's probably something that would potentially, I don't think it'll go lower than 5 cents. And it'll probably rebound back to 10 to 15 cents very quickly when the market does turn around. I'm definitely into SXT. Bought a ton more this morning at the low. Good for you, man. I'm actually waiting to see it form a bottom. But yeah, where I'm at with it is it's going to see a couple bucks at some point. It really doesn't matter what I buy it at. I'm not looking to get rich quick off of it. I'm willing to hold it until it bull cycles. You know what I mean? Which could be 4 years from now, but I'm okay with that. Let's look at SXT actually. That's a good question. Let's see where it's at, what it's doing, and if it's ready for us to buy it up. Because I'll tell you what, the next time I'm ready, once I know, same here, brother goat. Yeah, once I'm ready and I know, believe me, I'm probably going to put $30,000 to $50,000 into SXT. Minimum. It's going to happen. I'm just waiting for that time. Right now, I'm throwing a couple bucks at it at a time. Whatever, see what happens, but in the when the time is right, dude, I'm going to strike that thing like crazy. Oh, look at that. That's what you want to see, though. See how it came down here and it ran sideways? Now it's come down and it's got a nice peak. That's what we want to see, is that volatility. That is good, but it's not a home run yet. I need to watch this thing for a couple days, okay? We need to watch this over the next couple days to figure out what it's going to do. Let me go into a lower time frame. Let's look at the 15-minute. Okay. So look at it ran up here, it flagged, it ran up, and then okay. And you're probably going to see a lot of that because a lot of people are abandoning ship on this one. Me, I'm thinking the other direction. It's gone nothing but down, except for the one time we got into it, that it's due for a pump. It's due for a pump. Look at all this downward movement, baby. That is imbalance. That is so much imbalance. All the way from 15 cents down to 6 cents is very imbalanced. I loaded up at 0.722 this morning. Dude, good for you, man. I think you're probably looking all right. Could it be on purpose? Yes, I think it is on purpose. And I think part of it is we don't know how much Space and Time owns of the coin. More than likely, they're taking some out to fund the project, in my opinion. Wow, look at that. Bullish Babe, thank you for the heart me and the star goggles. MVP, thank you for the heart me, and Guinea Marie, thank you for the 5 roses. Appreciate you guys. If you don't know Bullish Babe and Hey Crypto Bro, go follow them. MVP Network, thank you for the 4 finger hearts. I appreciate you. Eve is our agent. We absolutely love and adore her. Jesus, thank you for the, oh my gosh, a crap load of goats. All the goats. Remember when I used to baa like a goat? 26 goats. When we started, I used to baa like a goat for goats. Okay, now if you send a goat or two, I might do it. But ever since I lost my voice and I couldn't do the show, I realized I can't do that anymore. Wow. MVP Network, thank you for the 11 goats. By the way, chat, if you don't follow Hey Crypto Bro, it's Cosmic Crypto. His account got demolished. It's completely gone, and he's starting over from square one. He is an amazing creator, and he's also not feeding nonsense. He has a realistic view on things. Chat, everybody go help him out. Send him a follow. We need to help him build his career. This is his life, and some hacker or whatever held his account ransom and got it completely removed. So we need to help him out. And yeah, Bullish Babe as well. She's amazing. They are so funny. Okay. My favorite show, okay, obviously Mega Crypto is my favorite creator, but my favorite show as far as entertainment, man, Bullish Babe and Cosmic Crypto. I am dying laughing the entire time. Their chemistry is just incredible. I love the show. And they know I'm in there all the time, spamming their chat now and giving them a hard time. But they're a lot of fun. I really do appreciate what they're doing for the space. They're making crypto less serious. I'm very serious. This is a structured show, and we're a news show, okay? We're like turning on CNN, all right? When you're watching them, it's like watching Comedy Central crypto, okay? Like, I love it. They're just good people, I appreciate them. I tried to get Cosmic to come with me to Vegas, but I don't think he can come. There's just way too much uniqueness and potential in SXT, not to mention backed by big names. Exactly. SXT has the partnerships with Microsoft and Chainlink. Come on. Off-chain data verification? What? Like, that is ridiculous. That's everything. That's everything. What's the other one we looked at? It's basically the same thing, but it only what's up, Coach JV in the house. I don't think that's the original one though. Coach, if that is you, I sent you a message last week. I'm sure it got lost in your whatever, but I need to talk to you if you are the real Coach. I don't think you are though. Yeah, I think it is. It is. Yeah, I think it is, Coach. Coach, I sent you a DM. Message me back. I got something for you, Coach. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. Let's see here. We need a few more heart me's. Let me pin this up here. Let's reach this goal of the heart me's. 213K followers. Not the real one. Real Coach has like 2 million. But actually he did lose his account and started a new one. So that might actually be it. He went through the same thing as Cosmic. But I have some information. If it is you, Coach, check your DMs. I'm sure you got a lot of them. If not, just send me a DM, and I need to talk with you. I know you're a busy man, so I'll keep it brief. All right, let's get back to the news. Ripple price prediction. XRP targets 265 signal potential technical breakout. This is possible. Okay. This is possible if the head and shoulders formation breaks. I think we'll see probably 265, maybe even 275. And normally I don't pull up these, but I want, I've been screaming doom and gloom. Notice I got the white light on right now. Okay. I don't want you to be ill informed. Okay. If XRP breaks structure of this head and shoulders, it will see these higher prices. And I want you guys to be prepared for this. Okay. Ripple offers signs of bullish reversal after extending losses 9% in the recent highs, blah, 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 blah. Where's the part I want to read? So Ripple has filed a settlement letter in support of the joint motion to the United States Securities and Exchange Commission for an indicative ruling. The defense attorney clarified that neither Ripple nor the SEC is requesting Judge Annalisa Torres to reverse the summary judgment order. And Ripple wrote that the indicative ruling was not absolute of any obligations under the securities law. The letter emphasizes that the joint motion is primarily linked to reduced penalty, considering the potential risk, and joint motion revisiting its fundamental approach on regulation of digital assets, which led to dropping of the case. Here's the thing. It doesn't state anything about dropping the injunction. And I think they know that they can't get the injunction removed. That's the issue, is the injunction. I'm from Canada and bought XRP ETF this morning on Toronto Stock Exchange. Nice. That's cool, but it won't be really bullish until the US, and here's the thing. Okay, this is what you guys have to understand is Ripple is admitting to guilt. Okay, they're paying a fine that is admission of guilt. Okay, which means they broke the law. And as the law stands right now, they did break the law, and institutions cannot buy it. Normal people can, but institutions are not allowed to. And that's why I think they're moving towards RLUSD. But the institutional money, I don't know. The Swift money. What's up, Oscar? How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you. I don't know. But until that injunction is removed, you're not going to see above $4. Period. It's all retail right now. And I think $4 is a stretch. Oz, are you bullish in XRP's future? If the injunction is removed, yes, I'm bullish on its future, that it has the potential to do all the things that we're saying. At the same time, RLUSD makes it obsolete. There's no need for it anymore. Its purpose is a liquidity pool and facilitation of gas fees. So I'd say no. So does XRPL leave XRP in the dust? Kind of. XRP will serve a purpose, and it will probably hold a price between $1 to $3, which is where it's at right now. But even if it has large amounts of money being transferred through it, it's like trying to fill a bucket with no bottom in it. Okay, like it doesn't matter how wide open you open the faucet, the bucket will never fill up. XRP gets its value from the people that hold it, not from the liquidity that flows through it. That's the issue. I'm bullish as long as I sell it on time. That's where I'm at. Okay, I hold a moon bag because y'all be spoon-fed the moon cheese, and I'm banking on that. Okay, Everybody buying into the moon cheese is going to be my exit liquidity. I bought this thing back in 2016 and I've been loading up on it for years. I already took a massive amount of profits out on it. Okay. So all the retail that buys into this stuff, I'm telling you right now, you are my exit liquidity. Y'all be paying my bills. You are what makes me rich. So yeah, feed into the moon cheese all you want. I'm not going to feed you moon cheese. Okay. I'm going to tell you the truth that y'all are my exit liquidity, and I will keep taking profits just like everybody else that got in when I did. Okay. Because I'm not an idiot. Okay. Man, I'm not saying you're an idiot for buying this thing. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I also hold, okay, a big bag for just in case. All right. But I'm always going to be taking profits. Always. And you should be too. I believe more in SUI than XRP for now. Yeah, I feel it, bro. I feel it. I know what you mean. So here's another one, okay? You want to talk about some XRP. Ripple just transferred 438 billion XRP in minutes. What is happening? Ripple's massive XRP transfer comes amid a broad crypto market bloodbath. 200 billion XRP was moved by Ripple, and XRP plummets to 6.26%. On June 17th, on-chain monitoring firm Whale Alert revealed in a recent X post a mysterious crypto transfer worth nearly $500 million. Excuse me. Did I say billion? Million, excuse me. 200 million. Worth $500 million involving a renowned enterprise blockchain company Ripple and the third largest cryptocurrency in market cap, XRP. So 200 million XRP. So $500 million in XRP was moved by Ripple. Yeah, I think you're right. Better off with a meme coin than XRP. You know, if you want a good meme coin, I recommend Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a good meme coin. It's a little topped out right now, but when that one comes back down, buy that one. I'll be buying Bitcoin when it hits 25K again. I already took my profits at 100K. I'm good with that. Okay, so according to the data tracker, Ripple sent a massive 200 million XRP token worth over 438 million to an unknown wallet, sparking curiosity amongst XRP holders. The move, which appears to be a long-standing routine from Ripple, comes as no surprise, as Ripple has been consistent with moving large amounts of XRP token to undefined wallets month after month. However, XRP holders are concerned about the motive behind the move, considering its timing. Okay? Ripple used to take that money out of escrow and re-put it back into escrow and lock it up. Well, now they're putting it into these wallets, okay? They're putting it into these wallets, and what they're doing is they're leaking it out. That's why the price never goes any higher, because every time it goes up, boom, they release a little bit, and they are manipulating the market. That's why this thing won't see above $3. No matter how hard and how high and how much money you throw at this thing, Ripple will keep unloading on you. And that's the reason for this sticker right here. Okay. We have merch, obviously, but where's it at? So we have the hoodies, we have t-shirts, we got our mugs, right? Telling you, it tastes better. We got stickers as well. But check out this sticker, people. This is why I created this sticker. So this is Brad Garlinghouse, and this is you and me, baby, right here. When Ripple hints at another escrow unlock, say goodbye to your gains, okay? So what would be their motivation to keep it suppressed? To make you feel like it's about to do something and then just sell a little bit. Instead of tanking it, leak it out, and then they're just money grabbing. They're using retail as exit liquidity. That's the motivation. It's about making money. There's no nefarious thing happening. They're just, instead of doing a dump at the beginning of the month, they're waiting for strategic times where it's at its highest for them to dump it on people. They said the same shit about Bitcoin. Save it. I mean, I'm not saying that XRP is not good. By the way, real XRP wifey, I watch your show. You're awesome. Give her a follow. I'm not saying that it's not good. Okay. I'm not saying that it's not good, but something is happening. Okay. Something is happening. We need to be aware of it and not naive to it. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Is there's obviously manipulation going on. So, yeah, I believe XLM is different. But there's definitely manipulation happening, and I think it's for a purpose. I think they know it's going to do something crazy, and it's keeping people out of it, or maybe they know it's not going to do anything at all, and they want to unload as much of it as they can at a high price. Yeah, the big boys are mad because they didn't get in before us. Exactly. I bought this thing back in 2016 and I've been throwing money at it, hundreds of dollars every month for years, okay? I don't buy the top, I buy the bottom. I've already made my money. You will be my exit liquidity if you buy it today, okay? I will keep getting, I will keep getting profits. Oh, who subscribed? Jay Williams, thank you for the heart me. Carlito, thank you for the heart me as well. Appreciate you. Somebody just subscribed. Maybe it was a resubscription. But whoever subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And if it's a deluxe subscription, message me and we'll get you signed up for the email alert system. Absolutely free for the rest of this month. Try it out, see how you like it. And I offer one-on-one coaching for the deluxe subscribers. So you can message me directly and I can coach you and we can come up with a strategy that works best for you. Every individual is different, okay? Everyone is different. So if you need help with getting set up and doing those things, send me a direct message. More than willing to help. Kodak, thank you for the chili. And Kodak, thank you for the ice cream cone, the dolphin, and the you're awesome. I appreciate you so much. Mad love. Yo, what's up, Zell Shops? That's a funky looking picture of you, dude. What are you doing on the ghost account for? Glad to see you, buddy. Real XRP wifey. Send me a direct message. I want to have you on the show. I've been meaning to reach out. I'm just so busy. And I've gotten to the point now where I send out messages to creators I like and they never respond back to me because I get it. They're getting tons and tons of messages. So if you're interested in coming on the show as a guest, send me a message and we'll work something out because I want to help other creators. I also want to, talk about these things because I understand where you're coming from and I believe that your voice should be heard and I believe that my voice should be heard and we need to learn to not hate each other because we have a difference of opinions because I do think that you have a lot of valid points and I want to talk about it. So if you're interested, hopefully you're still in the chat. Let's talk. TikTok seller, what's going on? He's back. The boy is back. TikTok seller, did you catch the part about the money Ripple's been moving around? So Ripple just transferred $400 million in a minute to unknown wallets. And people are wondering what's going on. Okay, so I'll read it again for you because I appreciate you and everything you do. Jesus, thank you for the TikTok live, and TikTok seller, thank you for the 4 popular votes. Yeah, this is a huge red flag. Exactly. So 200 million XRP moved by Ripple. According to data tracker, Ripple sent a massive 200 million XRP tokens worth over 438 million to an unknown wallet, sparking curiosity amongst XRP holders. This is what I've been telling you guys about this. This has been going on. Maybe they are testing the technology. No. No, that's not how the technology works at all. That is, I can debunk that for you right now. That is not how XRP works. XRP works for transferring cross-border, okay? And it's for exchanging from one currency to another. So we would see that. We would have knowledge of that. That is not what's happening. They're taking the money, and this is not the first time. This has been happening. They are hoarding it up instead of putting it back into the escrow. Okay, they used to take it and put it back into escrow. Now they're taking it and putting it into wallets, and they're leaking it out. Okay, and they're making money. It's a money grab. And if you don't believe that Ripple is after your money, you've lost the plot. This whole thing is about being after money. Everybody is here because they want to make money, and not everybody gets to do it. Somebody has to lose. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's just on the news now. Yeah, I know. And this has been happening for months. We've been tracking this happening since April. This is where the market manipulation comes from. Ripple is dumping on its holders, and it's creating hopium. Okay, why do you think Brad came out and said, oh yeah, we're going to take over 14% of Swift? I believe that guy about as far as I can throw him. All right, that guy is full of shit. Yeah, XRP tech will be obsolete soon enough. It already is. RLUSD makes XRP obsolete. It's useful. It facilitates gas fees, but yeah, it makes it obsolete. There's no purpose or use for it anymore. It's already old news. It was cool back in 2016 when I got it. Okay, I was like, yeah, this is it, baby. But I had to hold it all those years to finally make money and retire. I'm finally retired. I'm freaking old now. I could have retired a long time ago if I'd have got into something else like Bitcoin. It screwed me. I could have retired so much earlier. I could have retired 4 years ago. Anyway, I like the idea of Ripple. I don't think that XRP is it. They're two different things, okay? I think I'd rather own shares in Ripple than I'd rather own shares in XRP. You get what I'm saying? They're two different things. Ripple and SEC asked the court to pause appeals as they fight to end the XRP case. Dragging it out. You know why they're dragging this out? Let me tell you why. Because the longer it's dragged out, the more retail keeps buying into it. As soon as it comes out that the case is settled and the injunction is still in place, everyone is going to flee XRP and it's going to tank. Okay? But as long as this keeps going on, they can keep feeding you the hopium. Just trust us. It's going to take some time. No. This is about keeping XRP's shares as high as they can for as long as they can so that they can get the price up and unload. And one day when they are ready, when they think that it's booming, they're going to dump those wallets on you. They're going to rug you guys. Ooh, you are going to have some nasty rug burns on your knees, baby. Nasty. Ooh, it's going to hurt. You're going to feel it in both ends. If this might be, it is the biggest scam in history. I think you're right. I think it is. And it's technically not a scam. They're not breaking any laws doing it. But there's no regulation behind it. And they probably know regulations coming soon. And they're going to want to rug that rug it before that comes, you know? This is going to be nasty. All right. You're going to feel it in both ends. I'm telling you. You're going to have a sore butt and throat. They still YouTubers preaching 1,000 XRP, laughing my ass off. I know, right? They think it's going to $11 million. It's crazy. I can't take it anymore. It's just not logical, okay? Market cap matters. Period. Market cap matters, and institutions need to be able to buy it for it to go up. And even if it's used in all the crazy things that everyone says it's gonna be, it's like trying to fill a bucket with no bottom. The liquidity flows through it. It doesn't sit in it. There's a difference. Yeah, they're paid influence for sure. And that's why this show is suppressed so much, because we speak out against it. Neo, thank you for the 5 goats. So what coins you hold? XRP is a scam, I believe. Dude, RWAs. And you got to be careful because there's a lot of scams in RWAs. But dude, Algo, Ondo, they're my top 2. All right. But I don't hold any yet. Okay. I'm still holding stable coins and my moon bags, and I'm waiting for my entry zone. And I believe that's coming. Oh yeah, dude. Ondo for sure. Algo as well. Algorand is going to be amazing. I didn't like Algorand. Okay. I didn't like Algorand at first. I wasn't sure about it. And then when they had the crypto summit, and I believe it was the CEO or the founder of Algorand came up and spoke. After she talked, I was like, I need some of this. And I've been waiting for my time to buy, because I buy smart money positions. I'm not going to buy the top on something. So should I not buy more XRP? Oscar. I'm not saying that. People, moon cheese is a thing, okay, Oscar? People are still going to FOMO into this, and that's why I pay attention to it, because I own some of it, and I'm collecting mad profits because of all of the hopium that it's being fed out there. So that's why I focus on it. But the purpose of this show is not to egg that on, but to tell you guys, so that way maybe I can save somebody's house payment or somebody's car payment, or they don't, you know, some people mortgage their houses for XRP. BlackRock is backing Ondo, I believe. Really? I wish Jesse was here right now to check this. Let's look at this. I think you're right, though. Ondo Finance and BlackRock have a strategic relationship focused on tokenization and integration of traditional finance with blockchain technology. Boom! There it is. There it is. Oscar messing with me. TA on Ondo, you got it, bro. You got it. Let me pull this down. We'll get back to the news. Yeah, let's do Ondo. I'm ready to buy some Ondo and some Algo for sure. I've been waiting patiently. I'm telling you this though, right now, when this thing's ready to buy and I buy it, you're gonna see a massive God candle on these things. I'm gonna throw everything I can at Ondo and Algo. All right, let's take a look and see here. Let's go into the 1 day. 1 day is where it's at, boys and girls. Okay. Here's the thing. Overall, this is an ascending broadening wedge. Now I know it's in the day, okay, but it's something that we should pay some recognition to. And let's say that it does bounce up here like this. That's a nice little Head and Shoulders right there. Bringing it right back to 20 cents, maybe even lower. Maybe we can get this thing at 10 cents. Okay. This would possibly be end of the bull run. That's forecasted for like November-ish. Okay. I may get a little bit sooner right before the bump. But I'm watching to see how it follows this blue line right here, okay? So now that I got the blue line there, let's go into the hour, okay? Oh yeah, 10 cent algo, even 20, dude. Anything would be great. This thing is gonna do dollars. Okay, this is real world asset. This is gonna be more than dollars. This is gonna be I think this one could potentially do one of those $100 marks for sure. It's backed by this is Ondo, it's backed by real estate. Okay, think of all the real estate in the world being tokenized, what the value of this could be. You think Swift and XRP is going to be big? This is going to be big, okay? This is going to give you everything that you want from XRP right here. All right? And look at let's see here. So look at, I've been saying this for a while. Look at, we got our Head and Shoulders. Our Head and Shoulders played out perfectly. And I think we've hit the bottom here. Now, I'm going to keep watching because in the day frame, is this bearish signal? Okay. And we are going into July. So I have a feeling that it dips down, I'd say 50 cents, 51 cents. That's when I'll probably buy. It'll run back up again. And who knows, maybe it goes up. You know, maybe this does something up here. Maybe it hits its bottom right here. But I'll tell you what, if this starts going up, this is a double bottom right here. Boom. That would mean it's going to $1.50 to $1.60. All right. I might just buy some now. I think I might be ready to buy some of this. Okay. I think it could potentially go lower, but I'll put 20, 40, 30%. I'm going to put 30% of what I want to own of this into it now, just because this looks like a nice double bottom. Look, it did it right here too. Boom. Actually like a triple bottom here. I think this one might be ripe. The current price is 72 cents. And I would imagine that it goes up to at least $1.50. This is Ondo. I think this one's just about ripe for picking. I'm going to get a little confirmation first before it goes. But this is that move that I told you I've been waiting for. We've been tracking this one for weeks now. It's finally starting to get to that point. I think it's got a little lower. I think I have my limit order set at 0.65. Oh yeah. It definitely looks prime. Nanny Crypto, you want to come on as a guest and talk? I'd love to have you on. I know we talked about it before. I know it's not scheduled and I didn't promote it, but if you want to come on, let's chat a little bit. Let me see if you're in the list of people here. Send me a request to come on. All right. I don't have multi-guest, but you can come on as a co-host. Oh, I know. Nanny Crypto is a boss for sure. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. Yeah, let's get you on here. Send me a request to come on as a co-host. I decided I'm not doing the guest thing anymore. I want to do co-hosts. It's proper. This is a professional show. We want to do it properly here. What do you see Ondo hitting possibly? I think Ondo could come down to 0.665 is possibility, or it's already reached its bottom and it's going to go to $1.50. Um, I don't know. I think you have to click for co-host. Let me see here. I'm still learning how to do it, to be honest with you. Um, but because I have the dual layout. Some people watch it in landscape. Some people watch it in um, portrait. It doesn't allow me to do multi-guest. It only allows me to do co-host. And honestly, I'd rather have co-hosts on, because then you're like your image and who you are is up here, and it looks a little more professional. But I believe it looks like two links together like this, obviously but it looks kind of like this is the symbol that you're going to click on. Kind of like an infinity symbol is what it looks like. You don't have to have camera, but you can still come on. You can use a filter too if you want. Buy XRP, it's going to the moon, obviously, and stack up on XDC. Interesting, Eagle. And why do you think that? I don't see the link. Still looking for it. Yeah, I'm not sure how I can send you a request. You may not. I put out a request. Nope. Oh, here we go. Suggested creators. Nanny. I think you have to go into your own live. So, Nani, I think what you do is you go live and then you request to co-host. That's how it's done. Because you're basically have your live, I have my live, and it brings them together into one. Then we get massive viewership that way as well. Bullish on Link, nice safe crypto for decent returns. Yeah, Link is a good one. And that's why I like SXT, because it's partnership with Chainlink. All right, Nani, I'll be expecting your request. I took a gamble on SXT and Ondo this morning at the lows. So far, gamble is making me money. Yeah, everything tanked so hard. I think it's just due for a turnaround. Everything's due for a turnaround. And I'll tell you what, I'm happy because I can pay the bills. Like, my trades pay for this entire operation. It is not cheap at all. We spent $16,000 alone just in building this studio, just so that you can't hear the airplanes. All right, let's see here. While we're waiting on Nani, let's cover some news here. Washington City bans Bitcoin ATMs amid surge in crypto scams. Oh, there she is.
Live.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good,
Welcome.
thanks. Oh, how are you? Thank you so much. It's nice to see you.
Yes, it's nice to see you too. How are you doing today?
Good. It's Friday morning here. Is it Friday? No, it's not. It's Thursday morning. Thursday
Thursday.
morning. I
Where are
had a
you
late
at?
night. I think I went to bed. I'm in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, everybody watches from Sydney. Look, I got my little crown on.
There you go.
So,
You too. Very, very nice.
what got you into crypto?
I got involved in crypto back in 2017. My dad at the time said you should buy Bitcoin. I went, you should buy what? I had never even heard of Bitcoin at the time. However, I did, I'm a big believer of trying everything, and I'm in IT, so it sounded geeky and just kind of was something that I thought would be a good idea. And but unfortunately, I bought Bitcoin at whatever it was back then, $1,200, I think it was. Put it onto a whole bunch of scam sites and lost everything.
Oh, you poor thing.
Baptism of fire, which is fine. However, the concept of how cool is this that I can send Bitcoin? So I'm Colombian, and just the fact that I could send crypto back home and bypass banks and all that kind of jazz without having to worry about it. I went, wait, this is really cool. So I kept on doing my digging. I learned how to do trading. Had never really traded a day in my life, so I learned how to do trading from a guy in the US. I'm like, okay, that was going well. And then a couple of years later, I was contacted by a guy in the UK who I had been attending kind of a few of his Zooms and stuff. And he's like, we're setting up an academy. Do you want to be one of the founding coaches? And I'm actually, that sounds really cool. So I became a coach, just like 1 day a week and stuff, just kind of doing workshops. And the workshops were your basic kind of what everybody should know: send, receive, buy, sell, store, that kind of stuff. And then 3 years ago, I went, you know what? I could do this full time. So quit my job. And now I'm on TikTok and I'm on all social media and stuff. And I'm just trying to get as much people aware of what crypto is about without it being an overnight, get rich overnight and meme coin going to the moon, 100x, all that jazz. But I truly believe, and I say this with my hand on my heart, this is life changing. This is the kind of stuff that you wish you would have known about. I don't know. It's like saying back in the day when Microsoft came out and you're like, go buy Microsoft shares, and people would go, who's Microsoft?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
We're so early.
Yeah.
We're so early.
Oh, God. And that's what people don't get.
Yeah.
Like people say, but it's Bitcoin at $105,000. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's not too late. There's always a good opportunity around the corner. Just do yourself a favor, get educated, and at least make an informed decision on whether this is for you or not. Hey, it may not be. And you may decide not to get involved. And down the track, you'll probably go, crap, now I've got to do it because it's the only way to do it. But that's okay. At least you've started to learn about it. And I think, obviously the people on your live, my live, just the fact that they're here means they want to learn about it.
That's
So yeah, that's me.
That's something that I do every time I get like an Uber driver. I tell them, I always started out with this, like, oh man, like, how do you like driving? Oh, I love it and all this. I'm like, so what are your plans for once all the cars drive themselves? What are you going to do? And they go, yeah, I've been thinking about that. I'm not really sure what I should do. And so then what I do is I tell them, hey, like, this is your opportunity to secure yourself financially for when that comes,
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
that's how I turn them on. So I get all my Uber drivers to sign up and turn them on to crypto. They come watch the show, and that's really what this is all about: is trying to help people and secure their financial freedoms for not just themselves, but their bloodline for years to come. But like we said, I don't think it's happening now. I don't. Everyone thinks that this is the year of mass adoption. It's not. It may be 5 or 10 years down the road, sure, but we're just so early. So I tell people, I'm like, don't worry, don't FOMO right now. You're gonna have plenty of buying opportunities. It's a blessing, Oh, look, there you are. I can see your face.
I thought I'd at least get a photo of me up and running. It's yeah. I went to bed at 3 a.m., so it's way too early for me to be anything kind of camera ready right now.
Well, you're absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
I look haggard.
You do not look haggard at all. At all.
Hey, chat,
Look, I was going to
everybody.
just make a comment on what you said though. And I think the one thing that I've learned, so I'm a projector. For those who don't know what that means, it just means that I get on my soapbox when people ask me about crypto because I'm so passionate about it. And it was crazy because 8 years ago when I got involved, it sounded so great that I'd ring everyone and I'd message everyone, and I was like kind of like this really bad MLM marketer, just trying to tell everyone about what was going on. These days, I'm like, one, I don't have the time or the energy to do that. And two, it's like, I'm here if people want to know about it. But if people do genuinely want to know about it, the fact that we're out there just sharing with people, even if all you do is dollar cost average Bitcoin for as long as you can, as little as much as you can, I truly believe that if people start doing that, then it's our job, and that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. It's our job to go out there and just share, small pearls of wisdom to just tell people this is happening. You have this opportunity, like you said, start doing this now. You're not too late, and get started. $10 a week, $20 a month. It doesn't matter. It's get started. I think that's huge, and people really need to start doing that.
I agree. What are your thoughts on XRP?
I laugh because it's the question. It's the $1 million question, isn't it? Look, I've been dollar cost averaging XRP for a very long time. Um, I literally got into it. Not, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't because of the technology. It was because of it was one of those coins that people were screaming the most about. So I decided to buy it, and I'm
Right.
still holding on to it. Right? That's what happened back then. I think these days, there's a couple of thoughts I have in it. Number one is I definitely think that the project as potential with financial systems and integration and all that kind of stuff, I really think it's there. And I think that it's going to be one of those projects that has a blockchain that makes a true difference in real life, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I definitely believe that. Number one. Number two, I think that because of the amount of hype there is around that, people are getting in expecting for it to go to 10,000, whatever. And because it hasn't happened, it's like, it's a scam.
Right. And I
Guys,
think that's on
if you
purpose.
haven't done your research, sorry, what was that?
I think that that's on purpose. It's by design to keep people out of it, I think.
Right.
It's a
So the
fundraiser
amount
right
of
now.
people that, exactly, and the amount of people that think it's going overnight, it's going to go to 10,000 overnight, and it doesn't happen, whether you've been in it for a day or a month. I think if that's what you're waiting for, you're going to have to sit down because it's going to be a long wait. It isn't going to happen overnight.
Agreed.
When
And
it
that's what
comes to price,
I tell my followers. I'm like, hey, like, you know, why buy the top of the cycle? Let's trade the volatility, grow our bags, and look for a smart entry zone because it's coming.
100%. And I truly believe that. When it comes to the price, as you said, I I just think, you know, whether we like it or not, there can be a lot of manipulation in prices in crypto. And it's, believe it or not, it's the people who are influential enough, call it the whales, call it whatever you want, they're keeping the price down. Who wouldn't want to buy XRP at $2? Right? It's like, think about Bitcoin. If there was a time in Bitcoin where they could have kept the price at $100, they would have. Why? Because the more people try wanting to buy at that price. So it's the same kind of concept. Now, and I do say this on my lives, I don't know, and I don't have a crystal ball to know what the price is going to be. Is it going to be higher from this? Absolutely. That's the only thing I'm sure of.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe $25 in the next decade. What do you
Actually,
think?
that sounds pretty realistic to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. And people think that that's crazy and outlandish that I would say that. But I think $25, 2030, maybe 2050. But I think we could be at, $25 by then. But will it stay at $25? No, it'll probably come down to 10. Um, it just depends on its use cases. There's no way for us to know. Every creator that talks like they know what they're talking about, it's all speculation. At this point, everything is speculation. But I actually believe that probably by 2030, XRP could possibly be obsolete. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe that obviously right now there's the no CBDCs ban in the US. That's an executive order. It only lasts about a year. And what I believe is it will run its course and be swept under the rug and nobody will really talk about it. And I believe that the main goal and focus is to move towards CBDCs. I know other countries, that's what they want. And, stable coins. They want to do stable coins. And the proof is in the pudding. The first thing that came out as far as legislation was a stable coin bill. That's a red
The
flag for
Genius Act, yeah.
yeah, that's a red flag for me, right? Because if they were going to be using XRP like a currency, like everybody's talking about, and all these other coins, wouldn't it be good to put some kind of legislation out that clarifies whether or not they're securities or commodities? I think that it's um, indicative that they are moving towards CBDCs by pushing these stablecoin bills. And I think part of it has to do with what's going on with Bitcoin and Tether. I don't know if you know about that. Um, but there's been some speculation as to for every dollar, or excuse me, for every $100 in Bitcoin, it's only backed by $1 because they've been basically printing Tether coin, stable coin out of thin air. And I think that that's,
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
yeah. So there's a massive scandal, and like you can track the money on this one. I believe I have a video of it in my profile. I think it's more in depth for subscribers that kind of gives more of the detail on it. And we've covered it a couple times here. But there's obviously something going on between Tether and Bitcoin, and that's what's keeping the price inflated and keeps it going up. And I keep telling people, with regulation comes investigation, and they're pushing the stablecoin bill. I think that this could be the end of Tether and the collapse of Bitcoin. And that's why I think that if that does happen, XRP would probably skyrocket because everybody's going to, think, oh, we better get into XRP. But I'm kind of leaning more towards real world assets because let's just say that I'm correct. Okay. Obviously, this is speculation, but let's just say that I'm correct. And stable coins is the future of currency and CBDCs is what it's going to be. Okay. Then basically, most of these tokens will be useless. They'll be liquidity pools and service gas fees. That's their only operation. That's what I believe is coming. So I'm more into RWAs because it's a pretty much a guarantee because the value is going to be backed by real world assets. So gold, silver, Ondo, for instance, is real estate.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of focusing on those because it's a way to hedge just in case. Because I'm not blind to the fact. Of course, I'm going to hold some XRP. Of course, I'm going to hold some Bitcoin. But I think I'm a little more bullish on RWAs because of that reason.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I think one of the things that for example, when I talk to people about their portfolios, because I think everyone needs to take a good long hard look at your portfolios. Don't just buy something and be diamond hands forever. Check your
Yes,
portfolios. Check to
that's
see what's
why
going.
I'm
And you've got
just
to
retired
understand,
now.
like
I'm retired now
exactly.
because I could have been retired a long time ago, but I diamond hand the shit out of things because I was like, oh, I'm a millionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire now. I'll just keep holding on to it. Oh man, I didn't
Yes,
know.
I agree. I agree. I obviously there were coins that I got back in the day where yes, maybe back in the day they were the shit and they were doing really well. And it's like, sure, it's the potential of what these projects were going to do was just like you said, it's one of those things that you think, if this comes true and this coin goes through the roof, right? That's a lot of what we get into. These days I am very aware that those projects that we got into back then are not really doing a lot. Whether it's they're not, interacting with their community, there's no roadmap, we were going to do this, but hey, by the way, 5 years later, we've done nothing. The reality is that you have to keep an eye on your portfolio. So I'm not a maximalist of anything. I'm a big believer on diversification when it comes to a portfolio, but definitely look out for
I
those
think
projects. Oh,
I
oh,
think that depends though. I get what you're saying about diversification for sure. If you have a massive portfolio like me, yes. But there's a lot of people that they've got $500, maybe $1,000, and they've got, you know, $10 here, $5 here, and it's split out
Oh, okay.
between like,
Okay, I
you
hear
know,
what
a
you're saying.
hundred different projects. And I'm like, dude, you're never going to make any money because of gas fees. So like you need to
Yeah.
consolidate it more. So like I do coaching and I do technical analysis classes as well. And so I try to cater to what each individual's use case
Yeah,
is
me
because
too.
everyone's a little bit different. And
Yeah.
people they just hear, oh, I need to diversify, and so they're all over the place. And I'm like, bro, like let's bring it down,
Yeah,
okay? Let's
that's
pick
too
one or
much
two, maybe three.
diversification.
Yeah. And you know
I
they're
do agree
trying.
though. I think if you're only holding like a very small amount, whether it's $100, $500, like pick your top three at most, maybe like whatever it may be. Go into your research on whatever projects you want to get involved in and just hold on to those. I do think if you've got $500 and you've got 50 coins, you've got way too many coins. Like I'm like you, I've obviously been in this space for a while and I've been accumulating assets for a while. So I was telling the guys on my live just last night, we had someone asked me, and I'm like, at one point I had 200 coins. I'm not lying. There was 200. Probably half of them weren't even, or they were around, but they weren't doing anything. I think right now I'm sitting at about, I think it's about 55 or 60 or something like that. And I'm okay with that. Because, again, because of the amount of assets that I've been accumulating over time. But if you're just getting started, definitely, two or three max.
Yeah.
Just get started with that. Look at your top 10, see what they're doing. Start with that. And then go, okay, now I want to get into RWA. Go and look at something like Ondo, stuff like that. But definitely don't be buying. And as far as, well, I have a question for you, and I'm sure your thoughts are probably the same as mine. What are your thoughts on meme coins?
Oh, I don't touch them with a 10-foot pole, man. I
Good to know.
I've
Good to know.
nothing but horror stories have I heard from meme coins. I used to do it
Yeah,
back in the day when it was a big deal. I made a lot of money off of Shiba Inu, um, but also
right.
at the same time, excuse me, like you were saying, like DCAing. Okay, I learned my lesson. Okay, I put $1,000 into Shiba Inu in May of 2020, and if you can calculate the math,
Right.
it made me a millionaire. All right.
Right.
But I thought, oh, because of everything that was going on with COVID and everything, I was like, oh, they're switching to this new thing. And I believed it was the new paradigm and all this stuff. And so I held on to it. And as it kept going down, I kept buying the dip,
Oh
all the way to
no,
the
the
bottom.
average went down.
I know. And I could have been
Ouch.
retired a long time ago and been good.
Right.
And I learned my lesson. And I noticed like a lot of people that come to me with looking for help or whatever, like they're doing those same things, they're making those same mistakes. And so it's like I'm offering them a chance to learn, to not have to make that mistake, because I don't think they have. But maybe one more bull run after this one, maybe two, and then it's over,
Right.
and then it's too late. And
And the reality is that the bull runs are not, and that's the other thing people have to understand. The cycles, yes, I know the cycle happens every 4 years, and you have to understand that as the game changes, and that's a reality, right? You can't say that if you've played chess for the first time, it's going to be the same if you're playing chess, I don't know, 20 years later. The game in essence is the same, but your strategy isn't going to be the same.
right,
And I think that's what's happening with crypto, right? You can't say that the bull run, that my first ever bull run, 2017, it went crazy. We were making 500%, 1,000% of just your normal everyday coins. Like it was crazy.
yeah,
Right now, I'm not saying that hasn't happened. We made some really great returns of things like Zebex, XCN. There was quite a few coins that we've picked over the last 6 months that have made us over 5,000% since January, which is amazing. But it is getting trickier. The whole concept of an alt season. I kept getting asked last night, is there going to be an alt season? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the answer to that, but I can tell you this. You don't need to be in an alt season to be making positive returns
agreed.
from trading.
We
If you
can be in
have
a bear market and there's money to be made.
100%, if you have a strategy and you follow it and the guideline and you go, this is what I'm going to do to get in, this is what you have a clear exit strategy, it shouldn't matter whether we're in an alt season or not. And I think the amount of people that are waiting for this magical alt season that may or may not happen, again, regardless of whether it happens or not, there's money to be made. If you're in the space, just top 5 things that you could be doing to make money in crypto, regardless of whether we have an alt season or not. If you're dollar cost averaging, that asset is going to increase in value, right? Dollar
Mhm.
cost averaging hodling. Trading. Again, you can trade regardless of an alt season. Staking. If you're staking an asset, I'm not going to say it's going to make you rich overnight, but you're in essence earning an asset that you believe is going to increase in value. Well, I call crypto rain. I will get as many crypto. I get crypto rain every single day, right? You can use liquidity pools. Yes, it's a little bit more complicated than other things, but liquidity pools are another way to earn. I'm involved in projects where I put USD to work and I get whatever, 4 or 5% a month. So there is a lot of ways to earn money in crypto. So the people who are just sitting around, arms folded, not wanting to get in because they're waiting for that alt season, I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
I
Because
agree.
again, there is money to be made. I just think you just need to learn about what the opportunities are and don't just jump in. Look, Oz and I are here today. We're having a chat with you guys, everyone on Oz's live, everyone on my live, and we're here just telling you about stuff that obviously we've done and stuff that works. But please, whatever you do, if there's anything you take away from today's live, remember this. Always do your own research. None of what we share is financial advice because none of us are financial advisors. And please remember, don't ever put anything into crypto you can afford to lose. That you can't afford to lose, sorry. Always use risk capital.
Yeah,
Don't use next month's rent, next month's mortgage payment. Remember that just like we are in it for the long term and we're looking to, as I said, to be crypto millionaires, it could it could all go down because that's the way the market is. It's very high risk and it's very volatile. So please remember that.
agreed. One thing that I teach is that the way to become wealthy and stay wealthy is to take high risk investments with a small amount of money. And then once you reach a large amount of money, you want to take low risk investments. So I have both, I have a little bit that I do with crypto, but most of my long term that is my bread and butter that keeps me retired is in defense contracts on the stock market because it's, you know,
Right.
a guaranteed pretty much. But I wanted to recap on what you were saying about alt season, whether it's coming or not. I have a bit of speculation. So I'm calling
I'd love
this.
your thoughts.
I'm calling this cycle. This is my coined phrase right here. You may hear it here and there, but I'm calling it the simul cycle or the unicycle. Okay,
The
and
unicycle.
yeah.
Please elaborate.
So as you notice, everything is moving with Bitcoin right now, right? Pretty much. Some obviously aren't, but a lot of the big utility projects, they're all moving together in unison with Bitcoin. Not 100%, but very close. And so I can look at pretty much any project and the pattern may be different, like one will be a head and shoulders but the other will be a double top. It's like they're all moving
Yep.
together, right?
Yep.
And one thing else I've noticed is we have more projects than have ever existed in crypto in any other bull cycle, and the liquidity is
100%.
more spread out. Okay.
Yep.
And so because of that, we're not seeing the big massive pumps we've seen in the past. And then on top of it,
100%.
everybody knows how the cycle goes. So there are people who are like, well, Bitcoin's already pumped. I better get into altcoins because I can get ahead of the curve. And then there's people who are like, well, why would I get into altcoins? I can get into meme coins early. And so it's just
Yep.
spread all the liquidity out across the board. And do I think we'll see an alt season? Maybe. And the only reason we
Maybe.
would is because people believe it and they want it to happen, so it will. But here's the problem is everyone will be expecting returns like prior cycles, and the liquidity is more spread out. They're not going to see the returns that they're expecting, and they're going to end up holding and losing because they're
And they'll road
expecting.
trip.
Yeah,
They will road trip and come all the way back down again.
exactly. They'll be waiting for something that never comes. And, I hope I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I make a lot of fucking money, you know? But excuse my language, sorry. I didn't mean to cuss in front of a lady.
That's
Um
okay. Do you know what another thing I think we need to remember as well? And again, this is very similar along those lines of the old season conversation, is this concept of, so on the back of that, the way that used to work, and again, third bull run, and it's the way it has worked in the past, was everybody would get into Bitcoin, right? This is the way the cycle would work. So everyone would get into Bitcoin, everyone would stay there for a little bit, then they'd get bored, right? Because Bitcoin moves very slowly compared to everything else. And they'd go, oh, wait, shiny objects, smart contracts, and they'd jump into ETH. And then ETH would pump, right? And then they'd stay in that and they're like, okay, I'm bored of these two. I'm going to get into altcoins, meme coins, whatever it may be. And off they would go. That's the way the liquidity would work, which is, if you've been on my lives, you know I've spoken about things like Bitcoin dominance and that kind of stuff and why that's relevant. Now, do I feel this cycle has worked? You've got now, you don't only just have retail right now, right? With the whole, US pro crypto plus strategic reserves plus ETFs plus all of that, big shiny bright lights has gotten a whole bunch of institutional money into crypto. So it's not just retail anymore.
right.
And you have to understand something. While I can go, yes, I'm in Bitcoin and everything else, there is no incentive for these businesses to go and figure out what all these other projects are doing. They will get into Bitcoin and they will stay in Bitcoin forever, right? That is where they want to be, which is why when I looked at Bitcoin dominance yesterday, it's actually higher, even though Bitcoin's going down. It's sitting at about 64. It was 64% yesterday, right? Now, ETH, significantly lower at 9%, hasn't really moved. Now, do I think ETH is forgotten or not working? Or no, it's just, again, that now we have heard news of a lot of big wigs buying ETH, because I do think it will turn around. I do think we could easily do a 2x from where we are now, but we're not talking 10, like your conversation about something like, you know even Ondo, right? If we're thinking Ondo could do something like, or XRP could do like $25, we're talking easily a 10x. I don't see ETH doing that anytime soon.
I agree.
So you guys have to understand that when it comes to cycles, a lot of the institutional money, the big wig money, it's going to stay in Bitcoin. They don't need to move.
Right.
So don't expect this cycle to be the same as every other. Does that mean we can't make money? Absolutely not. It just means instead of you making 500, 600%, you may be making 30, 40, 50%. Now, I don't know about you guys, but where can you make 30% on any, normal banking kind of solution that offers you? What are they offering these days, Oz, in your side of the world? They're offering us about 1% a year, I
Yeah.
think, if we're lucky here. Yeah.
Yep. If you're lucky.
So the opportunity means that we're actually going to be able to stay on the sidelines when it comes to, getting involved in too many projects, but definitely realizing that the cycle's moved a little bit, but we can still make money from it. And people need to understand that.
Yeah, and like you said about Ethereum, one thing we've also learned is I don't think Ethereum is the gauge anymore for alt season. Basically, I would say Ethereum's somewhat obsolete. Will it play a role in the ecosystem? Of course. But I think it's losing its crown, so to speak, because one, it's very expensive to transact on Ethereum. Very expensive. There's so many other options now. And also, there's just not enough electricity in the world to power Ethereum on a global scale. They actually came out and spilled the beans and said that at the crypto summit. I think it was back in, when was that? March? February, March?
Yeah, I think it was March.
Yeah, and go back and rewatch it and listen to what Ethereum says and pay attention. Um, yeah, Ethereum is not looking good as far as the technology. Yes, it was great when it first came out, but there are better options now. And I think the normies will still, conflate the whole Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance if they're that educated. But I think more people that know about those things are educated to the fact that Ethereum's a dying technology and it has to catch up. It is way behind. What do you think?
I absolutely agree with that. And the other thing people need to remember is in this space, it is about, and people think it's not, and I truly disagree with that. It is about who screams the loudest, who is out there letting people know what's going on, community wise, roadmap wise, partnerships. That is a huge deal. Go and look at what Ondo is doing with all these different partners, right? And how they're trying to get out there and how they've got a roadmap. They're making it happen. They're out there in the community that like if you think about the I guess the human mind these days, what do we do constantly, whether we like it or not? We sit on our phones, we scroll, we're on socials every day, right? And whether we like it or not, the amount of people that are hearing about crypto is from TikTok. I mean, TikTok, a social media platform where, believe it or not, there are people who believe that crypto doesn't exist on TikTok. They have no idea because here we are having an amazing conversation about it.
Right.
Having said that, if you are not out there telling the world, telling your community, showing us what you're doing, the way I see ETH these days, you're just not showing up anymore. You used to be the cool friend that I used to hang out with, and all of a sudden you've gone silent. I don't know what ETH is doing anymore. I don't see results, roadmaps. I don't see anything to get excited about. Now, does that mean I'm going to sell the ETH that I have for now? No. I'll wait for it to do probably a 2x and then I'll sell some more. But I do think that there are projects, the likes of Ondo, that are out there every day, even Solana, projects that are out there every day telling us why it makes sense to be involved with these projects. What do you think,
I mean, I do like Solana, but I feel like
chains on my neck and my mind.
pretty much already came out and said that it's the meme coin network, and that it's basically for collector's items. That's where I'm kind of at with Solana, but I do think it's great. It's fast, it's cheap, it's better than Ethereum, that's for sure. But I think the XRPL is going to probably take over Solana as well. But that doesn't mean that XRP is going to 11D, because like I said, I do think that Ripple will be the forefront of all of this technology on a global scale. But XRP is like trying to fill a bucket with no bottom in it because the liquidity flows through it. It gets its value from the people that hold it, not from liquidity flowing through it. And I think more or less it's going to be stable coins. But I think that the XRPL will be the leader in the ecosystem. But I just don't think Ethereum really has much of a seat at the table anymore. That doesn't mean that they can't create new technology and they can't change and adapt. And it doesn't mean that it'll be nothing. It just I see it more as an ecosystem. There's so many people that look at like XRP, for instance, and they think that this is going to be the one thing and that's all there's going to be and it's going to take over everything and all this, right? And I get where they get that idea from. About the proposal on the SEC website for XRP? Do you know?
Are you talking about the one that was postponed to August 15th or something different?
Let me pull it up here real quick. People can't see my screen right now.
No.
So there's a let me see. So there's this this is on the sec.gov website, and this is the comprehensive proposal XRP as a strategic finance asset for the US. economic analysis, and you can go check this out. This is on, all you got to do is put in Google SEC proposal XRP, and this will come right up, okay? And read through
Right.
it. It basically states that it's going to replace basically the US dollar and replace
Well,
the entire financial system and all these things and how it can be done and everything, right? And so people believe because it's on the sec.gov website that it's has validity, right? That's where a lot of this $10,000 price action comes from. However, this is a proposal. Okay, so some random TA guy named Maximilian Strodinger wrote this. He's basically if I wrote it.
love his
Okay,
name.
yeah, it's basically as though I wrote it and I submitted it to the website and got it posted up there. So it has no validity whatsoever, and it but people are using it as an indication of, oh, this is what the SEC plans to do, and I think that's
Right.
where a lot of that FUD comes from, or this hopium. People think that it's going to be this end all be all and it's just going to be this one world currency, everything, right? I don't see it that way. I see it more as this is going to be an ecosystem. And even it was, oh, what's his name? Not Brad Garlinghouse, the other guy with the hippie hair. It looks like,
I'm terrible with names.
oh gosh, I can't think of his name. Who's the guy? I always forget his name.
It's on the tip of your tongue, isn't it?
Yeah. God, it's not Chad, help me out. The other guy that works with Brad Garlinghouse. Yeah, David Schwartz. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, chat. David Schwartz even said at the XRP conference, all right, that it was an ecosystem and that it wouldn't be this end all be all to cryptocurrency like everyone's saying. He literally said it out of the horse's mouth, and people still believe it. And then Brad comes out, what is it, a few weeks later, and he says that XRP is gonna, or I can't remember. I got to watch it again, but he says that XRP is going to take over 14% of oh god, Swift, right? And I'm like, first of all, Brad has lied to us so many times. I don't believe anything that he says. And it's in his best interest to keep the price of XRP up as high as possible. So of
It's
course
like the
he's
boy who cried wolf at this point.
yeah, and so of course he's going to say that. Of course. And it's all speculative anyway, and so I don't give any validity to it. And I literally have this young kid that comes on the show, and we talk like you and I are, and he's just like, oh, Brad said it's going to take over 14% and this and that. And I'm like, don't you understand that it's in his best interest to keep the price of XRP up as high as possible for as long as possible? Because people like you are his paycheck. Like, do you not understand that?
Yeah.
And I literally have
Yeah.
people that come into the chat and they're like, oh, Brad Garlinghouse is a saint and he's for the people and he wants. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He cares about his company and the shareholders. What do you think?
That's it.
And I'm like, they're so brainwashed. And that's part
Yeah.
of why I focus on XRP, is to kind of reel people in and bring them back to reality. That's the whole purpose of this show. I'm not here to
Yeah.
talk anything bad about XRP. I love XRP. It was XLM was the first thing I ever bought. XRP was the second thing I ever bought. I've loved this thing for a long time, but I also feel a lot of people have been
Yeah.
lied to, and they think that they can throw $100 at something and forget about it and come back at the end of the year and be a millionaire. And that's
Yeah.
just not the case. And so I feel like these creators and the information they're putting out are doing a real disservice to not just the crypto community, but crypto in general. They're going to put a bad taste in people's mouth about crypto, and they're not going to want to touch it. How do you feel?
Absolutely. And people and see, people need to understand that. Like, and that's why I was saying before, like, do I think XRP has potential? 100%. Do I think the price is going to increase? 100%. Like, I'm not going to lie about that. But people need to understand that this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't it's going to 10,000 because everybody wants it to go to 10,000. That's not the way it works. If you don't
Right.
know what market cap is, go and look at what the market cap is. What do you think XRP needs to get to that price? We had a conversation the other day with the guys from the Rise Up show, Evan and Alex. Great little live we did, and he was talking about how people need to look into things a lot more than just kind of do I think 10,000 is possible? Yes, go and check out his video. He literally did a comparison between XRP and Bitcoin, and stop trying to compare that just because Bitcoin's sitting at 100,000 and it started with $10. That's what XRP is going to do. Like
Yeah,
that's not the way it works, right? People need to stop comparing
right.
XRP
They
and
think,
Bitcoin.
and the thing is Bitcoin only does that because of it's fractionalized every 4 years. That's why we have a bull cycle every 4 years.
Right.
XRP doesn't have that same framework, And another thing is like everybody thinks that. Oh shoot! I just had a brain fart. I forgot what I was going to say.
It's gone. It's gone. You know what I did want to comment on? You made it. It was a little while ago, so I'll bring it up because I had forgotten it too, about the stable coins.
Oh yes.
And I just want to remind everyone when it comes to stable coins, and I truly believe this. I've been, we were all, and I'm assuming everyone's probably around the same. We've been brought up to work for the rest of our lives, do a 9 to 5, do the work for a boss, yada, yada, yada. Whether you're paying a superannuation, 401k, or KiwiSaver, just different parts of the world. That's kind of the same thing we've been taught, been thrown at year over year. Our parents, us, our kids, whatever. Here's a thought when it comes to stable coins. If you don't want to get involved with the volatility of these assets that we've been talking about since we started this amazing conversation, I would recommend, and this is not a financial, this is just what I'm doing, is I am taking my money that I value, so the stuff that I've worked hard for, and I'm not leaving it in banks anymore. Why? Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but with everything happening on in the Middle East, people can't take their money out of the bank in Iran. True fact, right? I don't know if you're aware and it's happened multiple times throughout, history, where people cannot get access to their own money. There is a law here in Australia that says if you're going to take $10,000 at the bank, you have to give them a valid reason.
Yeah.
It's my money. That should be valid reason enough. But anyway,
every time they
I won't go down that rabbit hole because we'll be talking here forever.
No,
However,
I know.
you believe that you value what you work
chains on my
hard for.
neck,
I
and
don't
my
value
mind.
finger. Obviously, it's a devaluation.
Gang logged
It's
in,
losing
all
its value
alive.
every day. Take that
Whole world
and put it into a stable coin. USDT, USDC, RLUSD. There's so many options these days. Take it and put it into crypto. That way, you're avoiding the volatility, but you have it in a place, obviously on your own cold wallet, soft wallet, wherever you want to store it. Just don't leave it on exchanges, and it's yours to do as you wish, to spend as you wish, to give you savings, stability. Oh, so many things. But
You are amazing, by the way. You are
people should
literally
do it.
saying everything I've been saying for so long. I love that there's someone backing up what I've been saying. I pulled out most of my money in January. I think January 29th, I pulled out of the market. And I've been holding stable coins pretty much ever since. There are times when it hits
Wow.
big lows and I'll put it back in, but then I pull it right back out. It goes right into stable coins. I'm collecting my APY. And that's where, you should be buying in at smart money zones, waiting for the bull run to come. It pumps up and then get your money out and get it into stable coins and collect that APY.
I have a concept, and it may be something that you align with, Oz. It's crazy because when I hear you talk, I think there are people in this space. Look, the reality is it's TikTok, right? So you can find everything on this space, whether you like it or not. But there are people that, I've had a couple conversations again with the Rise Up guys, with, Bullish Babe, and people who have been on my lives. And it's great because you hear them talk and it's like they're literally echoing the stuff you're thinking about. So it's great to meet other people like yourself who are on the same way, and that's awesome. So thank you so much for what you do and everything that you offer, because I know you're helping so many people out there get educated. Um, but what I was going to say was there's a concept that I have, and this concept came about probably 2 or 3 years ago, during probably before I started doing TikTok again. And I was sitting on one of my workshops for the academy that I was telling you guys about, and I was sitting, okay, so I don't earn a wage anymore, right? So I'm not, the way superannuations work here in Australia is you get paid a wage, and then you decide to put 3% of that into a superannuation, and then the government will put another 3% there for you. Okay, thank you, Bill, so much for the gifts. And that's great. That's awesome. That worked for as long as you don't know any better, right? Because think about it. If the government's giving me 3%, then you're like through the roof excited. Hey, you're giving me money more than what I'm earning. So it makes sense. But
Get
here,
more
listen to this.
percent cash back for using my credit card at the gas pump than what the bank gives me back.
Exactly. So the thought of having a superannuation means that that money is locked up, and I can't touch that. I think in Australia it's like 65 years old, and I'm pretty sure that by the time I get there, it will be like 85 years old. What makes you think that I want to even spend my money at that point? By that point, I should be relaxing on a beach somewhere. So no, I want to spend it now, or I want to go and make it work now. So that's my concept on superannuation. Think of this concept though, Oz. What if I took that money that 3% that you're, setting aside on your wage, and you go ahead and put that into the stable coin, and you turn that into, wait for it, a crypto pension. What do I mean by a crypto pension? It is a pension that you have control over. You don't have to wait until whatever old. Now, does that obviously give a sense of responsibility? 100%. I'm going to tell you a really quick story. When I was a kid, I used to be given. I was a big fan of collecting watches, and my mum used to give me a watch. I kid you not, maybe probably every birthday, every Christmas. Every time the watches would get lost, they'd get broken, they'd get right. Why? Because it was just being given to me. Whenever, I can't remember how old I was. I want to say I was 18 when I first bought my first watch. I ended up with 30 watches, different colors, different makes, different really cool watches, because I got them and I took care of them. So I was responsible for this money that I had spent on these expensive watches, and they were amazing. It's the same kind of concept. So if the government keeps giving you this money that you can't touch until you're 85, why not create a pension that you control, that you have access over, that you can spend whenever you want? But of course we won't, because we are building, I mean, we can still take profits from the top, why not? But we will build that to be a 7-figure, this is where our first goal is, 7-figure crypto millionaire, live life from crypto, never have to worry a day in your life. What do you reckon, Oz?
Actually, that's exactly what I did. So I just retired in
I
January.
love it.
I cashed out my 401k and pension, and I'll tell you what, they did not want to let me have it. And I was like, no, this is my money. I'm taking it. I took all my money out, and I took a portion of it for investing, and the rest of it sits in stable coins until we bottom out the cycle, and then I will reinvest it that way and wait for the next moon. But yeah, I did that, but I already had investments that I'd been building on before that too as well. But yeah, I was like, I got to a point where I didn't need to work anymore because of my investments and what I've been doing with trading. And I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to be a full-time day trader now, and I'll
Congratulations, Oz. That's
make
awesome.
more money. And I did exactly what you're saying, and I made that a reality, and that's where I'm at today. That's why I can go live 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, because I'm not making any money. I made $3.85 on this live, you know.
People don't understand the limited amount. Like, people say you go live to make money. I'm like, hun, you have no idea. I don't make money from my lives. I obviously, there are people who know about me, so they may go onto the website. They may be interested in doing one of the trading courses, the crypto for beginners courses, that kind of jazz. But from TikTok, I think last